Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the X Button Gaming Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Chris, and today I have two good friends of mine, two returning guests. I have Dr. Jimmy in the house.
Hello, everyone.
And the Tint Doctor in the house. With
What's
CG
up?
Jaden.
Hello.
How's it going, guys? Two doctors.
You know what's so weird? I was just thinking about that earlier today. I'm like, Jimmy's a doctor, and
No.
I'm a tint doctor. That's so weird that you happen to think that.
I honestly put that together as I looked over at you and looked at your shirt. So,
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, the only quote from a movie that came up in my head when you were talking about doctors is that one from The Mask, where there's that guy and they're breaking into the bank, and he's like, "It's time to let the doctor operate." You remember that?
I can't
Am I the
say
only one that remembers that
It's
line?
been a little too. It's been a while. I haven't
yeah.
seen it
We've
in a long
watched The
time.
Mask probably in the last 5 years, but I still don't remember one scene specifically.
I feel like it's been a decade or two since I've seen The Mask.
And that stuck with you.
But James says that every time he enters work.
Little Jimmy was like, "This is what I'm going to do with my life."
It's time to let the doctor operate. The guy says it all cool, too. You guys watch it. You'll remember. You'll see. You'll see.
I believe you.
You know, he's calling you a liar, bro.
Anyways, I miss Jim Carrey movies, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now he's cloned, so
Oh my god.
Is he right? Is he really?
I don't know. That's what the internet says. I don't know.
I'm still kind of confused by what's going on with that.
Well,
Cool.
that's a different podcast.
I'm going to look that up as soon as this episode's over.
It's interesting. I don't know. All right. Well, we're here to talk about video games, not whether or not Jim Carrey was cloned. So in this episode, we're going to actually do a retrospective. We're going to look back at the first Collector's Edition episode we ever did, where we talked about the 10 most expensive GameCube games.
Yes.
And that was me and James back then when I listened back to that episode, and I apologized for its existence way too much. And now I'm unapologetically talking about collecting stuff way too often.
Unapologetically returning to that episode.
To that episode.
This is like what you said, top 10 GameCube games remastered. This is like giving people The Last of Us remaster when nobody asked for it.
For the
basically.
third time. Yeah.
We're also going to charge you $80.
Nobody would stay. Let's not do that. That's how we shoot ourselves in the foot. But before we do that, we're going to talk about some pickups, and we're going to have a power hour. So let's go ahead and start with some one-ups and pickups, and Jaden's going to kick us off here with some of his recent pickups.
Let's go. Well, I've got with me, like I said, like I've been saying, I like going to pawn shops. I finally found myself a copy of Pro Skater 3
Oh, nice.
for PlayStation 1. And
Very nice.
yeah, so this Pro Skater 3 was the first one to be on Gen 6 consoles. So this version is actually kind of weird because it uses the same engine as 1 and 2 on PlayStation 1. PS1 and PS2 games are totally different. And I believe, different engines were made. So it's very bizarre playing this, and because there's a lot of stuff, the levels are bigger. They couldn't render, the same levels. So there had to be compromises in the design. Like Canada, if you know about that level's totally different.
Really?
It's really weird.
That actually makes it kind of interesting, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's why I was wanting to pick it up despite having no reason to. But I have a lot of reasons. I like the Tony Hawk series, so that one as well as Pro Skater 4, same thing. This is a surprisingly late PlayStation 1 game because this would have been like 2002.
Yeah. That's real. That is a really late PS1 game. I forgot that it even came out on PS1.
That's surprising to me.
Pro Skater 3 is a little more, I guess, it's understandable, because it uses the same engine. But 4 is like really like weird to play because that was the more open one with the goals and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was looking for those and finally came across them at a pawn shop.
That's pretty cool. I actually did not know that about Pro Skater 3, which is my personal favorite. So I would actually be really interested to play that.
Dude, yeah.
I recently, with the Analog 3D coming out, I was looking at some games I might want to get. And part of me wanted to get the Tony Hawk games on 64. And I'm not saying I don't want to still, but I didn't realize that the 64 versions of the games didn't have, not only did they not have the full soundtracks, which that made sense to me, but they didn't even have full songs. They just would loop
Oh,
like
yep.
segments of a song. That's terrible. Like even if they would have just put like
rough.
3 full songs, that would have been better than looping a line from a song over and over
That's
again.
pretty bad.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But I assume those
very
both
good.
had at least mostly full soundtracks, because 1 and 2 were known for their soundtracks
yeah.
on PS1. So.
Better audio quality, and I believe full songs. It's because usually you don't listen to the tracks for longer than 2 minutes when you play the main mode. It's 2-minute runs, but I think they would play the full song if you were to free skate. I don't know.
Yeah, I would free skate Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 just to listen to music. Wish by Alien Ant Farm, Paparazzi by Exhibit. There's some good stuff on that. Man, I loved that soundtrack.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Well, I'll keep moving along because I've got quite a bit. I was really irritated that this wasn't on streaming anywhere other than Amazon, but it's $2 an episode if you wanted to rent it. So frustrated, I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna buy it, which is the Invader Zim Complete Invasion on DVD.
Oh, so it's the whole show.
Nice.
The whole show. I'm trying to. No, there wasn't any specials or anything. There was a movie, but it's on Netflix. Blah. Anyway, I would, I prefer Blu-ray, but I don't believe they have done a Blu-ray. It's already been a week, and I already forgot the answer to that.
It's been a long week.
I want to say they didn't, or it's like European only. Something weird like that, so it plays weird. Some people, I read a lot of complaints about the Blu-ray disc, it being a foreign disc, and people saying it like freezes. Anyway, these are good. This was the the official DVD release back in 2008, somewhere in there. Anyway, it has special features and stuff that the Blu-ray version didn't even have. So. And, old 2000s cartoons, they weren't even made at that high resolution anyway. So even if it was on Blu-ray, it would be all low res. So I was just happy to get this full set of one of my favorite shows.
That's really cool. What year did Invader Zim start? Do you remember? Do you know?
Oh, I want to say it was like 2001.
2001?
And when it first came out, it didn't get much... I think they played it at weird hours or something, and Nickelodeon's like, oh, well, I guess no one wants to watch it. But I think when the people that did weren't really into it, but then when they brought it back 5-6 years later or something, I think it was just the right audience at the right time, and they got it, they understood it, and so there was this huge Invader Zim craze. You go to Hot Topic, you see Gurr merch, that weird green dog, and I mean, not to sound like a hipster or anything, but I liked the show before it was popular. It was just a weirdly, it's a bizarre show, very dark. It's a lot of horror, stuff. There's episodes, because you've seen a little bit of it, right?
A little bit, yeah. Jasmine loves Invader Zim.
For example, there is a famous episode where Zim is stealing all his classmates' organs because he wants to look healthy to the school nurse or whatever. And it's how did this pass back in the day? How did this, whatever. It's the creator of the show. He made comics, and they were very violent. They were very adult comics. And Nickelodeon went to this guy and said, hey, you want to make a kid's cartoon? And he's like, yeah, okay, sure.
Oh, obviously.
And this is what he made, and it's wonderful.
It's surprising that came out in the 2000s, because not like the 2000s were just super clean by any means, but the 90s is when they got away with the weird cartoons, Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, those are not kids shows.
I feel like Ah Real Monsters was kind of a little dark and weird too.
It was,
uncomfortable cartoon in a way,
Yeah. What's that? The Courage the Cowardly Dog too. That show was genuinely creepy.
Yeah.
But no, that's a cool pickup though. So did you get that at a pawn shop too?
No, I went to eBay for this one. It was kind of the cheapest one I could find, and in good shape. Very good shape. So
is it rude of me to ask what it's going for? It seems like something that would be kind of expensive.
Around 100.
Yeah.
So
really,
yeah, and
wow.
I don't like paying that much for especially DVDs, but this is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And I need to own it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Absolutely.
like with the Godzilla Blu-rays, I'm just slowly going through shows that were my favorite shows that are my favorite. Like I like watching them still.
Yeah.
And just slowly acquiring them.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was kind of it wasn't easy to drop $100 on it, but I'm just like, whatever. I need it.
YOLO.
So what's gonna? Yeah.
I don't blame you. I guess
this.
I doubt. I don't know that any of you know this, but it does make me wonder. Like, that is a late cycle. That feels like end era Nickelodeon cartoon to me. I just wonder if you wanted to watch any of the classic Nickelodeon cartoons, including this one, like streaming them, where would you do it? Like, is it Paramount that owns Nickelodeon's content now, or who owns that? I wonder.
It is Paramount, but I don't know. I don't think they're all streamable though. I don't know what is and what isn't. But
Yeah, because we went through the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob on Amazon. I want to say Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Is that what they call their streaming thing?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah. I don't know what the state of Paramount Plus is or whatever.
Not great. I don't think, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's exactly why physical matters.
Paramount
because,
just bought Warner Brothers.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like working. They just outbid Netflix to buy Warner Brothers by like a lot. Apparently, it had the backings of like Tom Cruise and like some real big because.
Oh yeah, because they didn't want if Netflix takes Warner and HBO, it's over.
They were worried about
over.
theater, but.
It's
But
over.
that to me says that Paramount has more of a stake than I would have ever thought. I kind of thought of them as a loser in the streaming world. But
Like them and Apple, I would think are some of the losers in quotes, right now. But yeah, like
dude, Apple's got the best shows though. Like,
yeah, they got
I
really good.
But Apple has some of the best.
Yeah, but I feel like you call that like in terms of popularity, like a tier 3 or 4 like streaming service because not a lot of people have Apple.
Am I wrong though that Netflix is probably the worst streaming service now? Like I don't.
It's the one most people have, so it makes the most money, and
but their original content sucks now.
It's trailed off in some ways, but like what they've dug into is live events, like WWE, sports, NFL.
That just doesn't mean anything to me.
But I mean. That's like I think that's their direction right now. Like they do have a lot of original stuff, but yeah, like it's spotty. I feel like
if it wasn't for shows like Love Is Blind that me and Jasmine watch because we're dumb, we probably wouldn't ever watch Netflix.
Well,
or I wouldn't. Jasmine might watch
Singles
more than
Inferno.
I do. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting. I'm in.
Yeah, I feel like Stranger Things was one of the last things, like in my mind, that like they had to finish and was like a must-watch.
Sure, yeah.
Property,
Yeah. Anything else that I've ever liked on Netflix is either ended a long time ago or was canceled like as it was going.
My personal favorite is all the new Unsolved Mysteries episodes and content they release almost
show
yearly.
Gives me the creeps. It always has.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't.
Oh, it's speaking of 90s TV shows, Unsolved Mysteries.
You gotta get
goated.
that DVD set.
Dude, if there's a DVD set of that, I am all over it.
That guy just did like I don't know, like it was creepy, even though he wasn't a bad guy.
It's all the song.
It's
all the song, Chris.
The song, and then, in a rural town in Texas, a child disappears.
Oh man, it's creepy, dude.
I haven't watched this, but I feel like I'm there.
Not as creepy as Invader Zim, maybe, but you should probably
Except
continue.
for it's real, so it is creepy.
This is bad. We start talking about the 90s and we completely lose track. We just go way... We are old.
Yeah, true, unfortunately. All right, Jade, let's get back to you.
Okay. And so I went to, as you guys know, I hit up Half Price real quick because there was a copy of Godzilla Unleashed for PS2 that I passed on, I think it was a week or 2 ago, but I was just thinking about it. I'm like, I should probably go and grab that. And it was gone. So
Rip.
I snossed and I lost. But I found something else.
The best Justin Timberlake movie.
Didn't own. That's in the top. Top 5 for sure. The Social Network. This was a Blu-ray for $5, and it was in the foreign section. I'm like, what? Why? And yeah, this is a Korean copy. It has a bunch of Korean text all over it. But a quick Google search, I looked up the little code region thing at the bottom. It says A, B, and C, and I said, I asked Google, I'm like, does that mean? It's like, yeah, it'll play on your Blu-ray. I hope it's right. But I'm like, well, I wanted this movie anyway. It has the English dub, and it's so yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I've just picked that up.
It's a good movie. I've only seen it once, but I liked it.
It's a great movie. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
directors too. And
David Fincher.
David Fincher is so good.
And then not today, but about no, I think the last time I was there, I picked up Andor, the complete first season.
Is it complete?
It's complete. Oh my god.
It's complete box.
Yeah, I was borrowing Chris's copy for a little bit because I really want to show my brother. But yeah, so once I found this, I'm like, okay, Chris, you can have yours back. I found my own.
Ooh, that's a nice
Dude,
steelbook.
And it's
nice.
It's one of my favorites.
It's really nice.
I honestly think that the Star Wars line of steelbooks for the shows they did are all really nice.
Yeah.
But to me, Andor is an absolute must-own. It's like show.
It's an incredible show.
And I just hope season 2
Ooh.
gets
Season 2.
And you got the swoop right here on the back. Oh my gosh, it's so
swoop.
cool.
I just want to watch it again.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
such a good show.
That is top tier.
I don't know why I'm looking at it like I don't own it and haven't seen it. I was happy when you said you found a copy.
That's really good.
Found it.
I can't swim.
Yeah, because I don't
God,
like.
that's such a good episode. Easily one of the best arcs, and not even just
man.
Star Wars, but in TV.
Yeah.
The prison escape arc is just like. It's
Yeah.
been a while. Like, I don't watch as much TV or movies as I used to, but when I watched Andor, I was like, dang, this is what I miss in Star Wars, but in movies, like in TV. Like, this is like.
Yeah, just high quality content.
It kills me
period.
that there are
So
people
good.
that won't watch it just because they don't like Disney era Star Wars. It's so good.
Oh,
Anyway,
let's
that's
not talk about those people. Let's not talk about those
This is
people.
gonna lead us down a rabbit hole. And I especially wanted Andor because we don't have Disney Plus anymore. Turns out we're actually a leech on someone else's account, which I'm like, that's good to know, because if had I known that, I wouldn't have bought Dinosaurs, the complete first and second seasons.
Dinosaur, great show.
On
Back to
DVD.
the 90s.
Look at this.
Wow,
Look at this
we
DVD.
were-
Not the mom.
Okay, is that technically a quarter slip? Is that what that's called? Like on the top? I feel like that's what people call it. That is really cool.
I'm not sure.
I
So,
absolutely love. I would buy that in a second if I found it in the wild.
That is so awesome.
yeah.
great
so,
show with one of
Oh
the
my
darkest
goodness.
endings, series
Oh my
finales of a
goodness,
show of
yeah.
all time.
I don't ever remember watching it. I remember the
Dude, it's such a good show.
I remember like the opening credits.
It's
and stuff.
basically like Roseanne, but in the dinosaur world. Which I don't know. That might not be the best comparison.
I
is
don't
why
know,
physical-
Roseanne. It's kind of like Simpsons.
I gotta watch. Like you couldn't stream this
Family
anywhere.
show?
Could you stream this on Disney Plus?
It might be. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Oh, it is on Disney Plus. Yes.
It is on Disney Plus?
So, yeah, that's.
This is
I was
so-
like,
It's such a weird era in TV history. I gotta watch this.
Yeah, it's such a good show, man.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, and I just love this cover. So I guess for the audience who can't see it, the top literally like slips off. So
Yeah.
the cover, it's the baby, the dinosaur. If anybody's not familiar with the show, look it up. But there's the baby who says, "Not the mama," and hit the dad on the head with the frying pan. So the cover is the baby in his egg, and then when you pull the top off, it hatches, and he's all happy. And
I don't know for sure, but I think they call that a quarter slip. I've been doing a lot of like.
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching a lot of
You were-
movie.
I thought you were just being silly.
I've been watching a lot of. I've been tracking lots of like steel books and movie stuff lately, physical for
Dude,
myself. So
See, these are the things I miss. Sorry, you were talking, but
No, it's okay.
I was reading the back. These are the things I miss about physical media, like DVDs especially. Blu-rays did it too, though. So in the bonus features, one of them is Dino Eggs. Join the adventure and excavate all the buried bonus clips. So I remember that in DVDs where you could look around on like certain screens and like basically move away from the normal menu and click on things, and it would be an extra bonus.
yeah.
So stuff like that is just so cool.
Yeah, it's one of the advantages sometimes of like DVDs or Blu-rays over like current 4K releases is you get like, like just bunch of bonus content, director interviews, actor interviews, all this extra stuff that like they just don't carry over to the modern 4K transfers a lot of times. It's like, why didn't you just bring that? Why? Give me it.
I don't know. I probably think people don't care, and I think for a long time people didn't care.
Yeah,
but
it's annoying.
I don't know. I find it cool now.
Now we miss it
Yeah.
because it's gone. Yeah. So I got all the movies out of the way. That will do it for this
For round one.
for round one.
All right. So I have a stack here that I'll go through. All right. So these are pickups from different random. Some Macari, some whatever. Doesn't matter. So first I'll go through a few Vita games I bought.
Nice.
To add to the ever-growing Vita collection. I got Zero Time Dilemma, which is part of the Zero Escape series. So 999, the DS game.
Oh, cool.
I think this is the second in that series. So visual novel. I haven't played any of these yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I got a game that everybody loves, Michael Jackson: The Experience HD on the Vita. So this game came out on every console.
Is that a movie or a game?
It's a game. It's like Just Dance, but
Oh.
I don't know how it works on the Vita. But on the Wii, it was like Just Dance, where you'd move. And
so it's like Rock Band Beatles version,
It's
but
not
MJ version
It's not a game. It's an experience,
It
James.
is, yeah. It says it right there, HD.
on the moon.
I don't know how this translates to Vita, but that being said, this is a very uncommon game. It's one that I've been trying to grab for a while, and when it pops up, it sells right away. But it's not that expensive.
That's pretty cool.
But it does include 15 smash hits, including Bad, Beat It, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, Thriller, Black or White, and many more.
Wow.
So pretty cool game. I don't know. We'll play it at some point.
Who else
I'll
is excited
report back.
for the
10
upcoming movie this year? I am there.
I would not have said I was excited because I did not know it existed.
Yeah, there's a biopic coming out
Really?
like in a couple months. I feel like.
Who's playing Michael Jackson?
I believe a relative of him.
Are they using multiple actors to play Michael Jackson?
I don't know about that.
And then one more Vita pickup. This is the limited run game. This one is one I'd never seen before, which isn't crazy uncommon, but I look at Vita games regularly. So it's called Project Xenon Valkyrie. It's basically like a roguelite platformer. Kind of, I don't know what I'd compare it to. It's not a Metroidvania. But I don't know. I've actually been playing it, and it's pretty fun. But this game has really, really, really bad slowdown when anybody on the screen shoots a gun. So it's pixel art, and so you even have a gun. If you shoot the gun, the whole game just like drops to like 3 frames per second. It is horrendous. I'm like, how did this pass like the quality check? Otherwise the game is fun, and I'm still enjoying it. But man, there are certain parts where there's turrets that are just shooting, and I'm like, if I can't, I have to like either try to destroy them right away or get off the screen because it's annoying. Anyway,
Becomes another visual novel.
yeah,
Slideshow.
basically. But this did have, it's a limited run release. It did come with a little manual, and the person actually had the limited run trading card too. I thought that was cool because you don't see the trading cards very often. But it was not very expensive. It was like $20, and like I said, it's one I'd never seen before. So I was like, I'm just gonna grab it at that price.
$20 for a Vita limited run game.
Yeah,
That sounds wrong.
some of them are pretty cheap, but the ones that are cheaper are the ones that I see more commonly. So there's some like pretty low tier like RPG Maker type RPGs that got limited run releases that I don't think are very good. And like some other games that like I see probably the more common releases that are definitely on the cheaper side, but that, like I said, I'd never even seen this one, and usually when it's one that I see for the first time, that's way more expensive. There's only 100 limited run games, and at this point I know most of them, so I was surprised when I saw that one. This was also another Macari pickup. I think I got this with the Zero Time Dilemma game, because I think I got them for like $30 total. But Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. So this is a remaster of Mega Man X, but it was on the PSP, and this is a subset I'm going for because when you line up this series of Capcom games, it creates a nice little picture on the side.
Does this connect to the other one you have?
It does. So I have this puts me at 6 of them, I think.
Oh
now.
wow, you have more.
So it's connects on the side and makes one cohesive picture. It's not the most amazing picture, but I just love stupid things like this.
It's visually pleasing, yeah.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
I'm working on getting that whole set. But I also love Mega Man X, so I was happy to get that. This is another subset I was working on that is now complete. I got this at Value Village for $4. It's Rise, Son of Rome, an Xbox One game.
Very nice.
But I was working...
Launch title.
It's a launch title, and this is specifically the Day 1 edition of the game. And that's what I wanted to get. There's only 3 Day 1 releases, Day 1 edition releases from the Xbox One launch. Rise, Son of Rome, Dead Rising 3, and Forza 5, I believe. And I wanted to get all 3 of those, mainly for a video I want to do in the future, talking about some specific Xbox stuff. But I like these alternate covers.
Honestly, that's a really cool cover, clean cover. I like it a lot.
It's that silver. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll talk about them more at some point here in the future. But I'm happy to have those done. They're all very cheap, so it's not like it was an expensive thing to collect. Okay, I'll go through these kind of quickly. I got one game for me and James's competition out of the way.
He looks at me as he says it with malice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was the cheapest and the easiest to find. And it still took me a while to find. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It is. Listen to it. Open. Oh, the game's actually in the console right now.
Well done.
But it is
Let's hope
CIB. It's got the manual and everything. I love Sega Genesis boxes before they... You know what I don't like? That they put the UPC, the barcode on the spine. It's kind of unsightly, but otherwise I do like the hard cases.
Yes.
So
Congrats to you.
happy to have one of my games
Point,
done.
Chris Perry.
I'll be talking about that a little more here. Another Sega Genesis game. I went to GameStop just this last weekend, and they had Tasmania for the Sega Genesis for $10, and it's complete in box. And so I don't know. This is one of those games that I don't know. I might not have bought on a whim, but my friend Nick, we grew up together, and they had a Sega Genesis, and they had like 5 games that we would just play on repeat, and this was one of them. So when I saw it, I was like, yeah, for $10, I'll definitely add that to the collection. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that game because it's been a long time since I played it. And then just a few more quick ones here. I picked up Dead or Alive 4 for the 360, $4 at Value Village. It's complete, in really good shape. I'm not 100% positive I'll keep this because I don't love fighting games, but it was cool enough that I figured I'd sit on it for now. NBA Street Volume 3 for the GameCube. Everybody knows I love my sports games, but this was a GameStop pickup as well. $18. It definitely goes for more than that, probably about double that. But the main reason I got this is because, as you see in the top right corner there, it's featuring the Nintendo All-Stars. So you can play against basketball dudes from the 2000s as Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach.
Oh, wow.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
So
what year title is that? Does it say on the back?
It is 2005.
2005.
Yeah.
There should be some green and gold in there. Some Sonic
Who
love.
is that on the front?
Ooh,
Mario, Luigi, and
the player. Let me see what outfit he's got on here. Looks like he's. Oh man, I can't even tell. Is that the Bulls or is that the Heat? I don't know. My early 2000s NBA knowledge is failing me right now. I'm
You
sorry.
know who's disappointed in you right now? Rob. Because I bet
Sorry,
Rob would know.
I'm sorry, Rob.
I think Rob even said in the Discord who that was. But yeah, that was just a cool pickup, and it's kind of a novelty pickup, but I do want to play it because one of the things I like most about the 2000 sports games is going back and revisiting the soundtracks, because they usually are like a nice step back in time to what was popular in music in that time period. All right, my last pickup is a random one. Have either of you guys ever heard of a game called Speedolama?
No, but I like the title.
So this one actually made some waves recently. So this was a PS4 release. I don't believe it had a Switch or an Xbox release by a company called Fresh Brewed Games. And this game, it got a physical release and a digital release, but apparently, don't quote me on all the details here because I don't. Whatever. I'm not going to look it up. I think I saved what it was, but I can't remember exactly. But apparently, the publisher or the developer didn't actually go through the proper channels to get it ESRB rated. So it has a teen rating, but then when the ESRB got their hands on it, they decided that it probably shouldn't have been rated that, and that he didn't go through the proper channels, and they are I don't know if they're banning the game. I don't know if he could make changes and get it reprinted, but basically, long story short, they forced him to pull it off the digital stores, and they won't let more copies be printed. So from my understanding is he's just said like, yeah, what's out, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to bother. So what's out is I'll sell what's out because I can, but I'm not going to go through all the hassle.
So that game is effectively discontinued.
Discontinued. This just happened recently. So
really,
me being me, I was like, well, let's see if I can get a copy of that. I went to Fresh Brewed Games website, and they only had the Steelbook edition on there. And I was like, I kind of would have preferred just the basic one because this was $50. The basic was $30, I think. But I was like, I just want it. It's like a Contra / Metal Slug type run and gun shooter. It looks quirky and weird. But anyway, so I bought it. It came a couple days ago. And so it came in the Steelbook. But what was interesting was they actually included the cover art for just a basic Blu-ray disc case. So I just plagiarized that's not the right word. I just took a crappy sports game that I had in a box and took the cover art and everything out and put the spare cover art in a Blu-ray case. so that I have both the Steelbook and a copy for the shelf. So anyway, this is speculatory. I don't know if it's still on. They're still available on their store. I think you could also buy it at Red Art Games website, but the PS4 version and the PS5 versions were both sold out on their standard release when I bought mine. All that was left with the Steelbooks. So point being, this game might become very obscure, and then because of the reputation that it's gained because of this, I was afraid it might pop off in price too, and I just wanted to get ahead of it too because it looked interesting enough to me that I kind of wanted to own it.
That might have been a very timely pickup. Like that could end up being like a bottleneck for like if you're a PS4 set collector or something, you know. Like that's
I won't
pretty cool.
be doing that. But,
but yeah, like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it just looked like a cool game, and I just thought it was kind of an interesting story. And like I said, I also couldn't help myself. Like I was like, yeah, I want it. Worst case scenario, if I decide I don't want it later, I can use it as trade bait or sell it. But
nice.
Yeah, so that's it for that stack. So James, why don't you go ahead and go now?
So I'm going to start with this little. Well, this is only a small percentage of what we got, but there was a friendly chat between me, Carter, Jordan, and Jalen, and it started with this question. What did he say? I lost it. Land night Friday? I'm getting kicked out. ... Ellipses. he wasn't actually getting kicked out of his house. His wife was doing some girl thing, and he's like, let's do a LAN party. And I was like, LAN? What are you even talking about? Like, I thought he was like a lot younger than me. He had no memories of Halo or anything, but he apparently does. So basically, we collaborated over the course of like 24 hours to put together a Xbox LAN party pack of sorts, a box with controllers and games and consoles. And so a lot of credit goes to my friends that chipped in and got the stuff. And there was a lot of helpers on that front. First, I should mention Nick, friend of the pod. He helped me pick up a console, a couple controllers, I think three games. So thanks for that, man. We negotiated a price that was, I thought, fair. He thought fair, and I picked up one of the consoles. But yeah, between me and my buddies, we got 2 copies of Halo. We got 2 copies of Halo 2. We got 2 copies of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Jaden gets credit too because he helped me pick up 2 copies here, as you see, of Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, one of my goated and favorite Xbox games. For the campaign is honestly has a great reputation. Like some people consider this one of, if not the best games on the Xbox. But yeah, for me, it's all the multiplayer aspect. Spies versus Mercs. Now with the setup we currently have, I have a box that I drew up with big green Sharpie on it, Xbox box essentially, and all our stuff's in there. Some Duke controllers too. There's a guy on Facebook Marketplace that Jalen met that apparently had like a whole setup that they do like 4 TVs and 16 controllers, and he had not just a setup for that many people, but he had a bunch of extras too, because apparently as they get together every once in a while, and just over the course of time, he tried to replace maybe the more crappy, grungy looking controllers with better ones. So he just started stacking, and he had a bunch of extras of games and controllers. So we got a lot of our stuff from that guy too. But yeah, we came together on like a Friday night with all the stuff we collected and got, with lots of help from other people, and it was really fun. It was really fun. We also got a couple HDMI converters, obviously, because you can't play the original Xbox on modern TVs without one. So we pulled my second TV that's in my game room out into the living room, and we, faced them in different directions so that there couldn't be screen watching, because you all know back in the day that's an issue. It's unfair. And especially in games like Halo. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I think that counts and should be considered for pickups, because we picked up just a lot of fun Xbox stuff for honestly pretty reasonable prices. I don't know how much longer you're going to be able to find original Xboxes and controllers and games like that that are in pretty good shape. Honestly,
you're breaking my episode that I'm going to be doing soon.
Am I really?
I want to do a YouTube video soon talking about Xbox stuff.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, okay.
You can talk about it.
I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah.
I ruined an episode already, and this one.
Everything's ruined because of you.
No, but dude, it was really fun. Obviously, tons of nostalgia, and I will say we didn't get the best. I don't think we kind of got the cheapest workable HDMI converters for a modern TV. So it's not going to be the prettiest setup. It was pretty pixely and not the best. Yeah,
You need to get a CRT.
pretty. Well,
CRT.
You need to find yourself a nice 60-inch CRT. Did those exist? Projection, I guess probably. But.
Yeah, there's a brand that the one I got was Kaiko. It's on Amazon. It's like $20-$30, and it plugs direct. I mean, yeah, it has digital audio video out on the Xbox, so it you plug that in and then HDMI, and it is like crystal clear. It is wonderful. Games look so good on modern displays. On original Xbox, it's it's crazy.
Yeah, we obviously scrounged stuff together over like the course of a day. So it looked better than I expected, honestly, considering it wasn't the most expensive setup for a modern TV. But so like we're ready to go. Like the next step would be to get a third Xbox if possible, so that we could do up to 12. But there will be, moving forward, an X button LAN party at some point in hopefully the near future. We have it all. We have all the goods. We could use some more controllers for sure, and maybe a couple more games if we get another Xbox, but which we're probably going to have to do at some point to make it a real party, because 12 is kind of the probably the minimum setup you want.
Couldn't you do up to 16 on Halo?
Yeah, I watched this video by. Are you familiar with MVG, Modern Vintage Gamer? He's pretty popular. He did a video on how, like, one of the cool things about Xbox is that you can do a LAN party between like original Xbox. He had it set up right next to each other, and they were all playing, I think, Crimson Skies or something.
That's a good game.
But he had like a PC setup over here, or was it PC set? I don't know. He had all generations of Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and an Xbox Series X set up to different monitors and displays, and they were landing all together at the same time. Like the fact that like their backwards compatibility is like it all works with like equipment
I didn't know that it could work like that. That's actually pretty impressive.
I'll link the video on the Discord later, but like I was just blown away by the fact, like, that's one of the really cool things Xbox has always done, and we were trying to do it ourselves. Oh, and then one pickup I did not address: Halo 2 multiplayer map pack. Thank you, Jaden. Once again, you picked up this and the Splinter Cell copies, just so that we can have what does this say?
It's like an extra
9 new maps included in the pack, nearly double Halo 2's multiplayer arena. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So we can just download it to the hardware on the console, then we put in Halo 2, and it should pick up those extra maps. And I feel like I've talked way too much, but that was a lot of fun. It was like a really like a whirlwind 24 hours trying to find stuff and like collaborating with different people and like messaging people on Discord and Facebook Marketplace and eBay and trying to figure things out. But it was fun and highly recommended.
Yeah, glad you guys did it. It's something I'd wanted to do for a while. I just never took the time to actually try to put it together. And you guys did it so dang quick.
That was what was. I do wonder if we'd like lived somewhere else that wasn't so Microsoft local, I guess, like Florida or something, or anywhere on the East Coast. Would it have been considerably harder to find all the equipment we found in a short window of time? I do wonder.
Oh, there's a chance, yeah. And I think it helped too. You at least had some people that you knew that had stuff they were willing to part with.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of who you know sometimes, but yeah, you guys made quick work of it.
Yeah. Nick and Jaden came through in the clutch big time. Thank you very much.
As they do.
More so, Nick, he gave you an Xbox?
Yeah, I got an Xbox and a couple controllers from him and a couple games. Thanks, man. He's apparently my local distributor of consoles. When I need a console, I just go to Nick. When I need a Pokemon DS, I'll just go to Nick. When I need an Xbox, I'll just go to Nick. No big deal. Nick's got it.
What you got, Nick? Show me the goods. All right, man. So back to Jaden.
Okay. Well, speaking of Pokemon 3DSs, I thought I'd bring this for show and tell so James can look at it and be envious. I bought the top plate of the 151 Pokemon new 3DS faceplate. This is such a long name of a thing.
I know.
Yeah, it was like $50, which both of them together are looking around 150, 200.
Yeah.
And so on Mercari, I just saw just one for that much. I'm like,
God, it's so cool.
You know, that's like, I'm not going to own it otherwise, like, unless I grab it right here, right now.
I absolutely love this.
It's so good, dude. It's my number one most wanted 3DS plates for sure.
It doesn't bother me too much that they are the Japanese sprites technically, but from faraway glance you can tell that those are Pokemon, and the sprite work is beautiful regardless.
Yeah, and they're so similar. I mean, because this was just the green version, right? Which we didn't get. Wasn't that what the sprites were?
So
an original
red and green.
Red and green, yeah. And then blue was what they based the sprites off of.
I guess I'm assuming the artwork was still Ken Sugimori, but like, does that mean they were just like shaping, like facing different directions? The sprites were the Japanese ones, or
I mean, some of them look different. You can,
or was it a different artist?
They were definitely drawn. Again, I think for I want to say blue, and then what we got in the West. I'm a little rusty on this information.
Yeah, we got blue and red here.
You're right. Yeah,
and I think blue was their third version there. So I think that's what you're saying. Like they drew them again for their blue, and then
which they still didn't look all that great for the for the games that we got.
You're right; these are different.
Is it Golbat? In our version, that's
the
like
giant mouth.
It's like,
you can't even like tell he's got a face.
It's like my favorite sprite of all time. Just like
it always is funny to me. No matter what version of the Gen 1 sprite you get, Charmeleon's is so stupid looking.
Oh man,
it's so bad.
One of my least favorite sprites is Charmeleon's, like from behind.
Yeah,
the
it's
shot
bad.
is.
It looks like, I don't even know what, like a donkey or something.
I know.
They really struggled with poor Charmeleon.
Chansey looks kind of funky too. That's so funny. What have they done to my boy?
I forget. I want to say when I played Red on 3DS, I just kept him as a Charmander until like level 35.
You're like, I ain't looking
so
at that
I didn't
ugly.
have to look at that for like 15 level or
Get
however
one level
many
of your
levels.
hideousness.
That
and,
is
then
so
you, and then
funny.
you used a
I
rare
raise
candy.
our candy. Yeah.
I don't want to.
Nope.
I ain't looking at that.
No Charmeleon.
you ugly.
Speed run. Yeah.
That is really cool, man.
But yeah. Oh, and I didn't even mention that 3DS is a white 3DS I found at Pawn One, just sitting there for $69.
Dang, dude.
I was like,
If you ever find another one of those, don't even ask.
Yeah,
I want
just get it.
one of
Okay.
those, like for because I want to buy some faceplates too, and like I want to have a backup 3DS.
Yeah.
So
will do. I have seen one, before, but it was in like really rough shape. I didn't even buy. It was like $80, which is still pretty good. But like
Yeah, this is pretty clean, man.
that's awesome.
Is this like a different plate on the back here? This Bomb one?
Yeah, that's the default Mario one. So that must have been a Black Friday Mario edition.
They did a white and a black one.
That's
So
really cool.
That
man.
white one is clean. I've seen the black ones in person. I've never seen that white faceplate though for the Mario edition one.
Yeah, you got
It looks really clean.
Lakitu, Bomb.
And it
cool.
pairs well enough with the Pokemon one too. Like
Oh yeah,
I feel
Dude,
with it being the
it's
white
beautiful.
one. That's awesome.
more of a pure white than the cream colored new 3DS. But I
That's
mean,
so cool, dude.
I wanted this for.
Those faceplates have been. I've had my eye on those faceplates since an episode long ago.
Oh yeah, I had my eye on these like since they announced the new 3DS. And
Oh, really?
When I first saw those, like way back when,
Yeah.
like I asked a sister in my hall. She goes to Japan back and forth. I specifically asked her. I sent her a picture. I'm like, can you find this for me when you go to Japan? She didn't find it. And in her defense, like, what even is that? Where would you even go? I don't know.
It's hard. Even when you know what you're looking for, it's hard to find stuff in Japan.
Yeah. So,
my word for
That's super cool though.
but yeah, I was thrilled with that. They must have just thought it was a 3DS, just a standard 3DS, not knowing new 3DSs are a lot more expensive, you know. So at that price, I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
Very
and
cool.
thank you.
Very, very cool.
Oh yeah, okay. So more games. I've got. I was with Chris when we went video game hunting the other day. I went and got The Thing remastered. It was pre-owned for like $18.
Nice.
And then used up like was it 5,000 of my points. So that was $5 off of that. The whatever pro discount, and it ended up being like $13 for
Great deal.
for this version of this game that, from what I understand, there are a few quality of life improvements to it, because the original game is very, very dated in that when you die, which might just randomly happen and often, it like boots you to the main menu, one of those types of games.
Yeah.
And there's, for an Xbox game, surprisingly really long loading. So it was kind of rough. I assume for like the remaster for all consoles, they either address that or, I guess I'll have to see. But that was something I wanted to grab when the right opportunity came, and this seemed $13. Yes.
The right opportunity.
I was going to go for that. This was one of those I don't need this thing. But, okay, so late Switch release. And this is the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Nice.
For Switch. Yeah, for Switch 1.
Sealed.
Yeah, it's still sealed. I kind of forgot I bought it sealed off Mercari until it arrived. I'm like, oh, yeah. I kind of wanted to play that. I'll probably rip it open. I don't care. But, yeah, it runs great on Switch 2. I heard it doesn't run great on Switch 1. But being the weirdo that I am, I still want to own it anyway. Like, I bought it on PS1, 3 and 4. I even picked them up on Game Boy Color, or the 3 at least. 3, and then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Yeah,
so much Tony Hawk.
I guess I'm going for a full set or
you
something.
You do. You got to, man.
What am I missing now?
Not much.
You gotta get that PC release with the the Korean band.
Korean. Yeah, if I could find a way to get that. Yeah, so grab that, and then also on that day.
Real quick on that Tony Hawk. Does that have like a Switch 2 upgrade? So you can put this. Okay.
Sadly,
that would have been too good because I know the Switch 2 physical release of it's just a download code, right? It's not even a key card.
That really stinks. But also, I wanted those games bad enough that I'm just like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy this. I might as well get a case, I guess. Empty case. But yeah, weirdly no upgrade path for 3 and 4 on Switch 1, which is a bummer. Kind of weird. It would be nice to at least have it in some physical form.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So there was that. And then on that same day that we went hunting at a GameStop, she had just pulled these out of the box. And she was like, yeah, these are going to go quick. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm going to buy one right here, right now. Pokopia.
Hey.
I haven't had much time to play it, but I can already tell this game is dangerous.
Yes, it is.
You've been playing?
I've put in probably like 5 hours, so not honestly that much
about
compared
me too. Yeah, I've been too busy to really get into it.
You quickly realize, like, if you have things you have to do that week, or it's things that are more important, which you generally do, like you're like they're gonna get neglected really fast.
I know. Yeah, it is bad.
It's good, dude. It's good.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised because I absolutely love the Dragon Quest Builders games, and this is that. To say with a Pokemon skin, I don't think would be doing it justice. I think like they incorporate Pokemon in more than just just the look of it. It's you've seen the gameplay. You can learn moves and you meet Pokemon. It's so stinking adorable. It really is. It's funny.
It's funny too.
It is. Yeah, it's really funny.
It's goofy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
awesome.
enjoying
Yeah, that was funny. So she was like, well, these are going to go pretty quick. And then Jaden, I didn't know he was even looking for it. And he was like, yeah, they are. So I'm going to buy one right now.
Give me that.
I walked into a GameStop today to get, for the first time actually, grade one of my Pokemon cards for different reasons. But they had just opened up a new box of Pokopia physical. And like people were walking in and asking, and they're like, oh, we just opened a box. And people were like elated, like overjoyed that they had a copy physical because it sold out so fast, the physical copies of it, so like they finally have like a wave 2. It sounds like they're probably printing that like crazy right now because they're like, oh my gosh, we've
done it.
The demand is insane.
I know. I thought people were boycotting game key cards.
Yeah,
I guess not.
Yeah, well, it depends on the
it's
game.
The right game. Yeah, they know.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the first Switch 2 like title that's got people talking. Like I think it's probably going to move the most Switch 2s outside of like the launch and stuff. Like this game seems to be the amount of people I've seen saying like just sitting here playing my Switch 1 because I can't afford a Switch 2, and then the amount of people who are like went and bought a Switch 2 for Pokopia. It seems like it's moving a lot of consoles.
Yeah,
bet Nintendo's happy.
Oh yeah, big time.
Very happy. And then this one, Chris just gifted me before we started, this is Gadget Racers for the PlayStation 2. It's these cute little cars. I've never heard of this game. I don't know, but I like racers, and I love me my PS2. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Thank you, my man.
I see an arcade racer, and I'm like, I gotta. If Jaden doesn't know what this is, he's got to try it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that cover is great. It's so cute. And then my last one, I was telling Chris about this. I was on the hunt for this one for probably about a month since me and the missus finished watching a season of this. I'm like, okay. And once I found out this existed, I kind of pitched it to her as a joke. I'm like, should we get this? And she was like, sure. Once we found out it was Wii balance board compatible, we're like, okay, yeah, we have to play this. And that is Project Runway for Wii.
Thank you, Mood.
Is that Tim Gunn on the cover?
Yes. So
and what's her face? What's
Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum. Ah, yes.
yeah. Well, she just threw it on one night, and I don't watch a lot of reality shows, but there was something about that show that was very engaging for me.
I get it. It's entertaining.
I think because unlike I don't know, dating shows or I can't quite pinpoint exactly why, but I think because I also make stuff. I don't know. I create things, seeing other people in the process of making things as well. It was just very engaging to keep up with them and to just like, see people make it through. And yeah, I'm just describing one of those type of TV shows, but I was very into it.
So where'd you end up finding it? Because on our game hunting day, we went to a bunch of stores and we looked at every one for this game.
So I picked this one up at Ironhead, my Port Orchard store.
Local boys.
I saw it there. Last time I was there, I passed on it, but then seeing it again, I'm like, I think I want it just for fun,
just for the memes.
Yeah. So I end off on a high note with Project Runway for Wii.
Nice.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, going back to that game hunting day, so that was an interesting day for me because we went to a total of, I think I counted 5 mom and pop type retro game stores, 2 GameStops, and a couple pawn shops. And I told Jaden, so I ended up taking the day off because I was like, I need a day off for one. And I was like, I just want to do some game hunting. So I routed out a trip to go to all these stores that neither of us, I'd been to a couple of them. For the most part, we hadn't been to any of them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, my goal here is I'm only going to buy something that's either a really good deal or game specifically for my competition that me and James have. So for anybody who doesn't know, a few episodes ago, me and James recorded an episode where we're doing a competition throughout the year. So go back and listen to that episode if you haven't. But yeah, so that was my goal. I was like, we're going to a bunch of, at least 7 game stores plus a couple pawn shops. I have to find one of the 5 other games, I guess, that I need for this competition with an Audible pick too. So 6 other games that I was looking for. I did not find a single one. It was honestly bad for me mentally a little bit because I was like, man, we went to this many stores and I'm not seeing any of these games. I brought a box of trade bait and I had cash in hand. Like, this isn't like when I say that, like I was ready to buy something that day.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's fine. It's what it is. But I was like, man, it made me very reflective because I was like, okay, so yes, we have a lot of time. It's only March. We have, what is that, 9 months left to finish this competition. But I'm like, that doesn't give me a lot of hope though. If all these mom and pop stores don't have stuff, I'm like, then conventions are what I need. And there's only one convention that I know of coming up locally, and that's Portland. Mm-hmm. And that's not till October.
And we're both going to it. And if I see the games you need before you, I'm going to buy it to block you.
to hide them.
That would be so wild. I'll just stop from having to buy me dinner.
It's like, oh no, I guess you won, James.
I don't know what you won, but enjoy.
But at what cost?
can just imagine me and Chris walking up to a booth at the same time, and I see it before he does, and I just like, I'm gonna buy this, and Chris is like,
you son of a...
just like flabbergasted by what I'm doing. Is that for me? No, that's
I know
for me.
how much these go for. You're willing to drop some decent money just to win this competition.
You showed me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's funny is one of the we had our rules, and like obviously we can buy these games online. So I know that like at the end, like I can still possibly get everything, but my goal is to get the most points possible. So I want to find them in person. Anyway, so we had fun. It was a fun day, but I was very disappointed that out of all those stores, I didn't find any of the games I was looking for.
How many stores would you say you visited? Out of curiosity.
5 mom and pop stores, 2 GameStops, and a couple pawn shops. So at least probably around 10 stores, I think, throughout the day. Anyway, we found some cool stores that, like, that one in Paulsbo, I'd go back to again. That was a cool store. A couple of them, like, I may go to again if I'm in the area, but I wasn't impressed by. But generally speaking, it was still fun. But I did get 2 games throughout the day. Well, we went to 10 for sure, at least, because we went to a Half Price Books outlet that was right next to the Super Smash Games. I did find a game there for $3. That's Def Jam Icon for the PS3.
Nice.
So people might be familiar with Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York. Fight for New York is a historically expensive game on GameCube and Xbox and everything. But so this was the third in the series. And it's just like a fighting wrestling type game where you play as hip hop artists. Anybody doesn't know me, I've always been a big hip hop fan, especially like mid to late 90s and 2000s hip hop. So I just saw this for $3. I was like, yeah, this is the kind of thing I want to play. I mean, it's got Big Boy, The Game, Lil Jon, Ludacris, T.I., and more. So there's some good there's some good rappers in here, especially Lil Jon. Yeah. But yeah, so for $3, and I was surprised because the Half Price Books outlet isn't like usually when they have games, it's just sports games, and then I've noticed over the years their prices have gotten worse. But this is actually like a $30-ish game, so for $3, I was gonna buy it anyway. I didn't realize it had actually gained some value. And the only other game I bought was at the last stop we went to, which was a GameStop, and I found a copy of Dragon Ball Origins 2 for the DS. This is a game I've been looking for a very long time. And it has been very elusive. The 2 times we went to Portland, I looked for it. I've not been able to find it. It does pop up on Mercari in eBay, but it's usually new. And in the past, it's always been like $60, $70. So this was $40 with discounts and everything. It was like $35.
Nice.
I was happy, and I'm still happy that I got it. But then the other day, I was like, I'm going to look at eBay. After I was like, I want to see like if there's any copies floating around. Apparently, at some point since whenever I looked last, which may have been a couple months, somebody obviously stumbled across some new old stock, and somebody's selling it on like in bulk. They have a bunch of them. They're selling them individually, but brand new for $50 a pop. Whoa. So I was like, what the heck happened? When did this happen? Like, I
found a whole warehouse full of them.
Yeah.
They're worthless.
It's still a good deal. Like, apparently it still goes for that, like I said, $50 new, $40 used. So it's not like I got ripped off. But it kind of killed the excitement a little bit. Because I was like, I thought this game seemed genuinely rare with how hard of a time I had to find it. But that being said, I'm happy with it still because it's one I want to play. I have Dragon Ball Origins 1. I've had it for years. And I really like that game. And anybody who knows me knows I love Dragon Ball Z, but I especially love the OG Dragon Ball. So, nice. Yeah.
Are you going to buy a new copy, though?
No. Unless I drop this one.
Now are you going to buy a new copy?
Now I have to.
Salt in the wound there.
So I was happy with that.
You should.
And then last for this bundle, I just thought I'd show my my Requiem pickups. So I got Resident Evil Requiem for the PS5. I got the deluxe edition with this nice steel book.
Not the trucker hat? You went with the steel?
Yeah.
Sorry.
This was the only way to get this version. And it did come with so it came with its normal like inserts and stuff. The steelbook's nice. Not my favorite steelbook, but still, I'm always happy to get a steelbook for a game I like. But what I thought was cool was that it came with an actual like card that's like its certificate of authenticity / its number. So this was number 34,628 of 47,500.
Oh, that's cool.
But it even came in this little sleeve too. Like, wow. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. But I think it's funny because I pre-ordered this the day it went live because I'm like, I want it. I'm not going to sleep on it. I'm not stupid. But the amount of people who are way overpaying for this now because they didn't get it they'd never pre-ordered it. It's already going for like $150 to $200. It's absolutely asinine. Yeah. But it's a one and done thing, so I don't know. I assume the price will settle at some point.
Yep.
And I also bought the Generations pack for the Switch 2. This was just because I'm a sucker. I love this series.
It's good that you did.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to get 7 and 8, right?
So at least as of now, they might release them later.
On
but
Switch 2.
Yeah, so it comes with a slipcover, and it sits inside of a little case. I haven't opened them all yet. But these are games, for me, I will replay them, and I will replay them on other consoles, especially once I have the Platinum on PlayStation. It's easy for me to go to other places. So yeah, it has the gold editions of 7 and 8 and Requiem. They are key cards, but they're
yeah,
I don't care.
Still physical.
Yeah, still physical, and
ish.
I just I just really like that it came in this stupid slipcover.
Yeah.
And like,
dude, I think it's cool. And
even if they sell them separately later, I would still have preferred to have this.
Yeah.
So
I think I mentioned it on the Discord, but that's getting delisted. That the Generations pack. Like, I don't know if they're going to release them individually.
Yeah, I saw that you mentioned on Discord that you were looking for one.
Yeah, I was looking for one once I realized all of a sudden that they were very in demand, and I was like,
I thought to myself, man, it's too bad nobody told James to pre-order one.
Did you?
Yeah, you can ask Keldrick. You were standing right there with me and Keldrick.
I believe it.
Because in that moment, he said that was when he decided he was going to pre-order this bad boy.
Ooh.
The Switch 2 Requiem controller.
And now you know.
The top is black.
Now you know how silky smooth that Pro is.
So,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so if you want to see it, it's cool.
That's gorgeous.
I was happy to get that, and I also bought this Resident Evil Raccoon City
that's really cool.
stand. So,
I like that. Oh, it's a control stand?
Yeah, it's a control stand.
That's so sick.
That's so
it
cool.
pairs well with the controller, and it was only $25, which I thought was a fair price for it.
Who made this? Is this like was this through Capcom or what was?
Capcom, like I'm sure they had somebody make it, but it's Capcom endorsed.
That's extremely cool.
Yeah, and then so GameStop had them. Once I saw they were going live, I did a in-store pickup for one and picked it up the next day.
Yeah.
But apparently they sold out, and they immediately started going for like $75 to $100 on eBay and Mercari, which is nuts.
Wow.
So, but yeah.
Ooh, it's nice seated on that little throne. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. That dual pickup there
that is really cool.
But I'd pre-ordered the controller, so I knew I was getting it already. And when I saw that, I was like, it will sit perfectly on that stand.
Oh, that's beautiful. Have you gotten any mileage with the controller itself, playing it at all? Mm-mm. Okay, so you don't even know, but it
is a nice.
Have you held it? Yeah,
it's a nice feeling controller.
It's
for sure.
Super nice. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I was thinking. I've already finished in Platinum to Requiem at this point. I was thinking about replaying it on the Switch 2 just to use the controller.
Yeah,
but I also need to play through Prime 4 still. But anyway. That's it for my second set of pickups. So, James, if you want to...
Yeah, I got a couple of pickups for our collection conquest competition, whatever words you want to use.
Wow, he's getting cocky. He's calling it a conquest.
Well, I know. Honestly, I can't. I mean, like, it's a game, and there's a competitive aspect. That's the whole reason we're doing it. But man, I can't help but kind of like smirk and laugh at you when you're talking about it, because like it reminds me of when we'd both buy booster packs at the same time, and I would get something really cool, and you and you just get like totally whatever rare cards.
Yeah, it's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
James had the best luck in the... Okay, so anybody who wants to... If I've never told this story before, I collected Dragon Ball Z cards.
You might have.
Literally for years. Not even joking. From the time I was 14 to the time I was 17, every new set came out. I'd buy booster packs. I'd buy starter decks. Nobody else collected these that I knew. Nobody played. James didn't collect them. But then one set comes out... and then James is like, I'm going to get into this now too. And I'm like, cool. Like, I'm excited to do this. First booster pack. This is not an exaggeration. We were at the South Center Mall at a GameStop. First booster pack he opened up, he got a secret rare card. And I had, at this point, probably opened hundreds of booster packs, and I had only pulled one secret rare card. His first booster pack. You know what I stopped doing that day? I stopped collecting Dragon Ball Z cards. I was like, I'm done. This is absolute bull.
RNG.
Well, ironically, this is still in fashion. Came right back. All things circle around, and Chris dedicated a day to buying games, hoping to hit some of these, and I got to say that I did not quite do that, but I did pop into 2 stores within a week of the competition starting.
Yeah, I saw
and in those very first 2 stores, I found 2 of the 6 titles I'm looking for. To be fair, I don't think they're especially hard ones to find. I think also
they were the 2 most common. They were my Sonic 2.
Yeah. I think honestly, like if we're comparing your 6 targets to my 6. Mine is maybe like a Sudoku level 6 out of 10. Yours is like a Sudoku level 8 out of 10, honestly. So if I'm being honest, depends on the rare title and what exactly we nail. But you ever play Sudoku? You know how they have different.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyways,
Yes.
you're like, yes.
I'm familiar with Sudoku.
I get that reference. All right, so I picked up first at Graham Games, which is a really cool store, honestly, way down Meridian in Graham. Like it's super inconvenient for I think most people to get to. Even for me, like I have to go down to Meridian and drive like 25 minutes down it in stop and go traffic. Which is basically Meridian at all days of all
Meridian's
hours of the
worst.
day. Meridian sucks.
For anybody not from this area, Meridian sucks.
It's
If you ever go to Puyallup, just don't.
It's like a highway that's not a highway that just has endless lights and
it's
intersections.
always busy.
Yeah, like it takes forever to get to this store, but unless you take Canyon, that's the loophole. Take Canyon down to through
Your
Frederickson.
GPS will usually tell you to take Canyon.
That's the way. Anyways, people don't care about that. But really cool game store, highly recommended. I've gone 2 times since just because I've had an eye appointment and also I was like at like a Fred Meyer down there at one point, so I was like, it's right there. I'm gonna go check it out. But really cool store, highly recommended. It's like way overstaffed. Like half of it's a card store, as game stores often are, and the other half is video games. They got really cool setups. They got lots of cool retro stuff that's high end that I think most people are not looking for, but it's more on display than it is for sale, even though you can't buy it,
Yeah.
People are super friendly. Like, sometimes you go into game stores and the employees are kind of just like, they don't even care that you walked in the door. These guys are always super, like, as soon as you walk in the door, hey, and I've had some interesting, like, Zelda conversations even than the last time I went in there with some people. Really nice guys. But I found the first of my 6 targets, which is Xenosaga Episode 1. Der Wills macht. I don't know what that is. Is that German or something?
It's German.
I don't know why.
Jasmine could tell us if she was still out.
I don't know why that's relevant to this title. I should have looked that up. But yeah, so Xenosaga Episode 1 has been obtained.
When we started dating, one of the first things I asked her when I found out she spoke German is what that meant.
Oh, really?
But I don't remember.
Jasmine, what does it mean? Anyway, maybe she'll hear us eventually. Anyways, yeah, complete in box, Xenosaga Episode 1. I think I got it right around market, maybe a little bit cheaper, but yeah, I didn't feel bad about it just because I didn't have to buy it off eBay. It was in person. I felt like I was supporting a store that I liked.
And you took a picture.
Took a picture. So yeah, 1 out of 6, done. And then I was working a shift in Seattle, a metro shift at U District in Seattle, which is like, it's just like a street over from UW basically. And on one of my roves, I went to Al's. What's it called?
Music, games, and movies.
Al's Toy Barn.
Yeah.
And I saved bucks.
Toy Story 2.
Classic.
Man, we got so many 90s references up in this episode. But yeah, I went to Al's and I found the one I was honestly the most excited to get, other than maybe Pokemon Red. But NBA Jam Extreme is the picture of it. I put it on the Discord too. Same thing, right about market, probably a little more expensive this time, but it was in pretty good shape. They honestly had 2 copies of this game, which blew my mind.
Yeah,
one that was in considerably worse shape and didn't have the original box. This one though, pretty good. Disc was pretty clean.
Is that your first PlayStation 1
That's my
game?
I think it's my first PlayStation. Yeah, I have a pretty fair amount of PlayStation 2 games from my parents' place, but yeah, my first PlayStation 1 game was for this competition. That is 2 out of 6. It has Sean Kemp on the front. It is on display proudly in my room, which is why I didn't bring it for one. But yeah, bring back the Sonics. Yesterday, the Seattle and all of us found out that it is relatively considered imminent now, the Sonics return. They are coming back. Like, the odds are pretty high, and everyone is super stoked, me more than most. Yeah, pretty
I
excited.
think Gary Payton will play again.
I think he'll be at the opening game. He may coach. He'll be involved somehow. I'll be involved somehow.
Yeah. James, we need you back.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, a pretty decent start right off the bat to our competition. Although now that was like was that
was
late January? Yeah,
January.
I got these both in January, and I've gone back to these stores since and not found anything. But yeah, what I'm looking for now is a lot harder to find. And I think, if I'm being honest, Chris, I think the title that's going to be the hardest for us both to get is the Flex game, the Bomberman Advanced Red and Blue. I think that's going to be really hard to find.
Yeah, well,
especially complete in box.
For the Flex pickup, it doesn't need to be in person.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I didn't know.
There was no points based off of it. We just both have to get it.
I see.
To get the points,
so I can get that online potentially.
Yeah, it does. It does need to be complete.
Okay, got you. Anyways, those are my pickups.
Excuse me. All right, Jane, did you have any more?
I've got some more.
All right, go ahead.
I don't think I mentioned this on the last episode I've been on because I think I got it since then. And I didn't mention, the last episode I was on. On Mercari, you type in video game, you sort by newest, and then you just hope something interesting
I do that all
happens.
the time. It's an addiction.
Yeah, and then I refresh, and then sometimes I buy something, but then the seller realizes, hey, that sold too fast, and so they cancel my order.
That's annoying.
Relist it for a higher price because they actually check it. I know, so I stopped doing that. At least as often as I used to do that. But this was one of those times, right? I got lucky. It was a listing, and it was just this like white box, and I couldn't really tell what it was, but I clicked on it. $50. Whatever this white box is, and it was a PSVR, which was something that I was hoping to come across, and it was fate. This was time for me to get a PlayStation VR for PS4, because they have PSVR 2 now for PS5. And for $50, that was perfect. I was really happy with that.
Great deal.
Oh yeah.
Did you come with any games? Did you pick up any games for it?
Oh, I had to get Beat Saber for that, naturally.
Absolutely.
And so me and Jesse, we both love it. I showed my family; they love it. And
did you have Astrobot, right? Because I remember when you
I do, yeah.
that's
and I actually played it, yeah.
Such a good game. That game is so good in VR. Like I love that version or that game. And also I highly recommend Moss. Moss is very good.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't think I've heard of that one, so I'll look into that. And now we get into that is the end of all my pickups. But I have some things for Chris. Which I've had for...
Is this a surprise?
I'm kicking myself because I meant to bring these on the last episode a few weeks ago. And I was like, why did I forget those? But it kind of worked out that I had a few more weeks. And I'll explain later why. Chris, do you know what this is? It is a cartridge.
Oh my gosh.
That,
This is... They did like a they were trying to port this game to Game Boy Advance, right? And then it never actually got released.
That is correct. This is what the label says is Resident Evil 2 for the Game Boy Advance. This was a tech demo in 2003 developed by Raylight Studios. They were bringing the full PlayStation game, to Game Boy Advance. And it is shockingly impressive. Footage on YouTube doesn't do it justice. Seeing it in person, it's like 3D models and everything, and the background, it's just lower res.
Oh my god, dude! I am so excited.
That is so cool.
That is awesome.
I'm I feel Chris.
Okay,
you gotta own this.
So it's not an official release.
So no. So they make these. You can buy. They just sell these for $20. People will just make a fake. It's essentially like a repro cart,
Oh, okay.
So, but that demo did eventually make its way on the internet. I want to say 2010s era at some time. So it's oh hey, it's that old long lost tech demo. It is real, and so
so the files became available to the public basically.
Yes,
and it spread.
And then online you can buy from people who can put it on a cartridge, and that will play on Game Boy Advance,
really cool.
Analog Pocket.
Dude,
I tested it on that.
I'm putting it in my pocket tonight. I'm gonna be trying this out.
That's sick.
I'm super excited.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I want to get your hopes up too high because it is a very, very short tech demo. But
it doesn't even. It's the content is what I'm excited about.
It's really cool, dude.
That's awesome,
I already
dude.
played through it twice just to move around.
Oh,
It's
man,
awesome.
I'm super excited. I mean, I love this game. So like, just to see what could have been, I'm stoked. Thank you so much. That is so cool.
Of course. And so when you buy these, like you'll see all the labels are just the whatever that monster, that creature thing is with the hand, the claw, and the eye, on the Resident Evil 2 logo.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. It looked very fake to me because there's no text, nothing. I custom made that label.
Oh,
for
no,
you.
I was gonna say
it looks really good.
I was just gonna say, like, if I saw this in a store, I wouldn't second guess it at all. Like, it looks really good.
Photoshopped you a better looking label to be as authentic as possible.
I was gonna say,
That's awesome. You did a good job.
This is a very convincing label. Yeah.
That's
What's
what I
funny is-
assumed it would look like.
Yeah,
back
as I was looking at it, I was like, man, they did a good job with this label, because most fake labels are so notably fake.
then. Right. Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
even
this
the other
is-
day when we were at one of the stores, I saw Metal Gear Solid for Game Boy Color, and I was like,
Yeah.
did they not know that's fake? Like the label looked bad, but I'm like,
yeah.
I wasn't. That was that store where the guy was kind of. It was that
Weird one.
the store we neither of us really cared for.
Like, get out of here.
I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to
Bad
this guy.
vibes.
Super cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Jaden's got a future in counterfeit products.
Yeah, be careful buying games. That's where he keeps getting all these games from.
We'll cut that out before we post this. Right?
No, thank you so much, man. I'm super excited
Yeah.
for this.
That's really cool.
And there's a second thing.
Oh,
Do you know what this is? This is like an Andor when a certain character puts a certain thing, that certain scene, plops it on the table, asks, "Do you know what this is? Do you know what this one is?"
I didn't know that there was a Game Boy Color version. So
You
they
didn't?
they did the same thing with Game Boy Color with RE1.
Okay, so
So the
this
RE2
is,
one I was familiar with.
This is
but-
Resident Evil 1. I'm actually really happy that you had no idea this
Yeah.
existed. So Resident Evil 1 for Game Boy Color. This same deal, different company. It looks like I'm trying to look it up here real quick. Yeah, so this was also a canceled port that this studio was like working on. And they got like pretty far into it. Like it was almost done. But Capcom just pulled the plug. They weren't too happy with it. And so instead what we got was
Can I take a second just to say that it's funny they'd pull the plug on a Game Boy Color version because they weren't too happy of it, but they let Resident Evil 2 on the GameCom come out. There's no way this is worse than
when
that.
when was that though?
97?
GameCom might be responsible for Capcom being like more hesitant after that. Maybe, I don't know, because this was 99, 2000, I think.
Okay.
So quite some time has passed since Resident Evil first debuted, and I forget exactly the reason why they weren't happy with this. The weird reason for the Game Boy Advance one was that was in 2003, and Capcom, like they saw it, they're like, I don't know, a rated M game on the Game Boy Advance. They weren't gonna back it or whatever, or make it have them bring it to its completion, I guess. This one, they got really far into development, but yeah, Capcom just they pulled the plug, and said what we got was Resident Evil Gaiden, which is a completely original game.
Yeah.
More I don't know.
I haven't played it yet, but it's interesting because it's like it's top down as you're going across a cruise ship, and then once you get into like a battle with zombies, it changes to a first person mode, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But you stand still, you don't move around. Like you shoot them as they come towards you.
Yeah.
But that's my Grail item. Like if there was a Grail of Grail items for me, it's that game. But
right, yeah. So it was, So Gaiden was more made for the Game Boy. This was just a crazy, one of those impossible ports of like squeezing a PS2 game down to a Game Boy Color cart. And like I said, they got really far. They didn't finish it. So this came out, I want to say 2011 is when this incomplete build came out onto the internet. And so, yeah, you could watch people play through up to a certain point. I want to say something about a snake in the attic.
Yeah.
Do you know where that?
Yeah, that's pretty far in the game. I mean, about maybe halfway. ish.
Okay, so I guess that was when it would just stop. But still, it's really fascinating because, like I was saying, with Gaiden, that was designed for the Game Boy, so it's top down. You know, this was a literal like translation from the PS1 version, and I messed around with it for a little bit. It controls like shockingly well. It feels snappy, like they're not a 3D model, but they feel like it. Like they respond. It feels snappy.
Dude, that is so cool.
It is really weird.
The history with Resident Evil games is so weird. Like, I didn't even know about this one. It's crazy that they even made it that far into development. Then with RE2, and then the RE2 on 64 we've talked about before. Like, they really tried to like port these games everywhere. They didn't always stick with it, apparently. But
yeah, so this build, this incomplete build, came out 2011. And like with Resident Evil 2, people have made these carts. And so I was hoping, because I don't know if you heard the news. It's been on my radar ever since. Back in December, they found, I don't know how exactly, it's it's pretty crazy, a even more complete build of it, so like 99%.
Wow,
that you could beat. And so I've been ever since January just like waiting for like for that cart to be made. And I found this one site that looked promising because it was like a new listing, but it was they had some like ratings that went back like a few years. So I'm like, oh, okay, this probably isn't the build, but the description made it sound like it was. So I was confused. So there was one of those like little ask a question things about something. So I'm like, it's worth a shot. This is still something cool regardless. So I asked him that. I'm like, hey, the description sounds like this is that latest build from December, but there's some reviews. I explained to him what I just said. So I hit send, and it was like probably 10, 11 at night, and here in Washington. So I was not expecting an answer. I was like, okay, this is gonna, I don't know, a robot's gonna reply to me, or I'm gonna get an email days later or something. That's what I expected. But I checked my computer right before I went to bed. He replied instantly. I'm like, oh no, I didn't even know there was like a newer build. So definitely human, because he sounded like a human. There's a few little little typos that a robot probably wouldn't make. It's like, oh no, yeah, this is the common version that is on the card. Okay. Before I can even like finish my reply, which was just like, wow, thank you for answering my question, that's really helpful. Before I could even send that, he messaged me back, oh, I can just flash the new version onto this cart for you though. And so I'm like, really? So what you have there is
that build,
the complete build.
Oh my god,
you can finish the game.
That is awesome.
Resident Evil 1 on Game Boy Color. And as far as I know, this is the only. There's no other carts out there, at least
it's until now. One right
That's
now?
the one of one. Complete build, Game Boy
so
Color,
cool.
Resident Evil 1. And I know you're not huge on these non-authentic carts, but I feel these ones specifically, in particular,
this is different.
These are really cool novelty and just such an interesting piece of gaming history. That like I feel it has to go in
this
your
is
collection.
absolutely awesome. No, I'm super excited to play these. When it comes to non-authentic stuff, I'm just not a fan of repros.
Oh, right.
Of something I could buy for my personal collection. This is not. I can't go out and buy this. This is awesome. I'm super excited to play these. That was super. I hadn't even heard about. Like I said, I hadn't even heard about the original one, let alone that there's a 99% done build. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I texted Jasmine to see if she could bring me my analog pocket so I could load it up while we were talking, but she apparently it didn't see it yet. No, I'm excited to play this. That's cool. Thank you, man.
Oh yeah. As I was playing it, I was like, I should have bought another one because it's really cool. It's weird seeing it like run on a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, that is interesting. It'll be really cool to play this, and then it'll be fun to like compare it to like the other versions, like the DS version and even like the original, like just to see what it looks like. And yeah, I'm excited. The fact that they even remotely were able to do this is crazy to me. Like, geez, man, no, that's cool.
It's insane. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And it was a history lesson. I didn't know any of that. So.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Now you know. And that is it.
All right. Well, for the end of my pickups, I recently was gifted a copy of Resident Evil.
Oh.
So I figured to end off my pickups, I do.
Oh, good. You're going to explain that cube of butter.
Instead of games, I do like my media pickups. So yeah, do you guys know what this is? This little cube of butter? Can you tell?
No, sir.
So Jasmine, as of recently, has been into D&D, but not necessarily Dungeons and Dragons. They're playing a different type of campaign, but pen and paper role playing.
Yep.
So she's bought her own dice and everything, and we were at that gaming convention in Puyallup a month ago, whenever that was, and there was a booth there that had these, and I was like, these are really cool, but I don't need them. But anyway, so she ended up buying them for me. So what it is it comes. Oops, I'll post a picture. But it comes in a little butter tube, and it's just it's a set of dice for like a pen and paper role playing adventure. You don't have to take them all, but you can. But they're basically themed to look like you could have taken them all. It's just saying you don't have to. They just look like butter, like a generic butter container when you get a stick of butter. And Jaden's eating them now.
not butter flavored.
So I just thought these were really cool, and I've never done a full campaign. Shout out to my friends Alex, Jordan, Eric, and Jimmy when we did try to do a Star Wars campaign.
Oh, yeah.
But COVID ruined that, and we've just never gone back.
But
it was a lot of fun. So the thought's always there to go back, but it's cool to have a set of dice now for when I eventually do. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then lastly, just some media pickups. So Jaden got me on the train of going to pawn shops now. Like I both between you and Clayton and on the Discord, like you both talk a lot about pawn shops, and I have gone to pawn shops in the past, but it's been years. Like I hadn't been going. And when I'll start with this one. We were in Spokane. I was in Spokane for work over the weekend, probably about a month ago now. And over there they have a bunch of the Pawn One stores. That is where Jaden had taken me to, was a Pawn One. And I was like, they seem like they have good prices, so I'll check them out. I did buy a couple other things, but I forgot to grab them. But I have really good deals. But one of the things that I got there that I was really excited about was Season 2 of Attack on Titan. It's a steelbook. So when it comes to anime releases, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but anime is weird because while the show's still airing, they release Blu-ray sets of seasons in like halves, like season 1 part 1, season 1 part 2. It's very annoying because each one is like $40 when they release, and until the show there may be exceptions to this, but from what I've seen, until the show is done, they don't release like full seasons on set or a complete show on set. Well, of course they can't do that till the show's done, but they don't release full seasons until the show is completely done. When Attack on Titan finally wrapped up, they did do these really cool steelbook editions where each one on the front has one of the different walls from the city, Wall Maria, Wall Rose, and so on. And then on the back has a different Titan. This one has the ever so ugly Jaw Titan. Easily the ugliest of the Titans. But anyway, this was $30 at a Pawn One. And I had a couple other dollar pickups. I was grabbing a random DVD set, and I don't remember what the other thing was. I took it up to the counter, and I was totally fine with paying $30 for it. And the guy was like, "Is $30 a fair price?" And I was like, I was just honest. I was like, yeah, I was fine paying that. I'd prefer to pay less, but I'm fine paying 30. And he was like, I'll give it all to you for 25. And I was like, all right. Like, I'm not going to argue about basically getting those two things for free and a $5 discount. So, so that was cool.
Wow.
And so now I need to get the other 3 seasons, but these go new. They're like $70-$80 a pop on like the Crunchyroll store. Yeah. So they're not cheap. You can probably buy them on the secondhand market a little cheaper, but $30 seemed like a steal to me. And I was just like, I would pay $30 for each season easy. I was willing to pay. No, I wasn't willing. I thought about buying them at full price, but I was like, I'll try to wait until they go on sale because that's expensive, but it's easily one of my favorite shows of all time. So
nice.
And then another Pawn One, I walked in, me and Jasmine went, and I was just looking at the games, and then I was looking at the media. And sitting up top, I saw 4 seasons of Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray. 3 of them are sealed. 1 is not. So it's, for whatever reason, it's seasons 1, 3, 4, and 5. The season 2 is missing, and then 5 is up to the Cell Saga. So I think there's probably this doesn't look like the end. This isn't the perfect Cell Saga. So there's probably like 4 more seasons, I think. I don't remember how many seasons there are. But yeah, they were the sealed ones were $5 a piece, and the open one was $3. So for less than $20, I got 4 seasons of Dragon Ball Z
Sick.
on Blu-ray. Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. I was like, dang man, these deals at these pawn shops, man, they're pretty crazy. And Jasmine got a copy of the Box Trolls on Blu-ray for $3. She really likes that. It's a really good movie. But that was a good deal. So yeah, if you're looking for media, man, pawn shops are the way to go. So yeah, I was super excited to get these. And interestingly, if you had all of them, it's not easy to display like this, but the covers connect across the front.
Whoa.
So without the slip cover on season 3, it's harder to see. But I thought that was kind of cool. I'm a sucker for these these things that make a scene when they're all connected together.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's it for my pickups.
Very cool.
Jimmy, you want to finish us out here?
Yep, was gifted something from Chris, which is very cool. Let me take the cardboard coverings off. You are looking at a Batter Up interactive video baseball accessory. It's a hit! That's on the box. And there's this goofy-looking kid who's wearing a baseball cap backwards, a la Ken Griffey Jr. and the 90s, which is the theme of this episode. On the front, it says, "Get off your thumbs, step up to the plate and swing." It's licensed by Super Nintendo. It's got that same black art with the Nintendo seal of quality. It's like a slip cover too. I'm not going to open it all up right now, but yeah, it's just a bat that's compatible with. It says right here. Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball Nintendo, my favorite Ken Griffey Jr. game. Hardball 3 Accolade, ESPN Baseball Tonight. MLPA Baseball, Super Baseball, Cal Ripken Jr. Baseball, Sports Illustrated Championship Football, and I didn't realize there were so many baseball games on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, it has the plug-in obviously too to plug into your Super Nintendo to play. I had one of these growing up. I don't know if it's the same one, but there's a very good chance it was. And yeah, we used to play forever on Ken Griffey Jr. So that's a very, very cool displayable accessory. I love it.
Wow. So what does the it's I'm guessing some sort of motion
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you know, when you swing it'll
Yeah.
what is it? Press the A button or I don't know.
No,
what,
it's
the universal swing bat thing is.
That's a good. I thought it was motion based. I could be wrong. Like a la the Wii. There was something that was funny on this little slip on the inside. It says user notes. To fully enjoy Batter Up, remember the following. Swing early. You are facing major league pitching at high speed. So it is timing-based swings. So I think it is motion, probably. Maybe it is button presses. I'm really not sure. Configure bat. The game compatibility switches must be set for the game cartridge you are playing, if different from the default factory settings. Very interesting.
I just don't know how these that list of games this would work for all of them.
Yeah.
That
Now I've officially taken it all out. But
are they?
yeah, it has like it's set up like an actual Super Nintendo controller. There's an A, B, X, Y button, but they're vertically, very tiny. I was saying, Chris, it's kind of weird. They got these like switchboard toggles looking things in the middle.
I think those are the compatibility switches it was talking about.
Yeah.
So those have to be adjusted for different games.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. I remember playing with it as a kid, but I can't actually remember if it was actually motion sensitive or.
Yeah.
It feels like it would have to be, otherwise why would you have it? But
Yeah, like I don't.
At this point, it's just a cool novelty.
I don't remember anymore, but like in my head and in my heart, I'm remembering it being you just swung and it swung in the game. And the fact that it's directing you to swing early makes it to me seem like it's a timing based motion type of swing interactivity. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. It's a throwback, and yeah, really cool.
It does say interactive video baseball accessory. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but it's interactive.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
Throwback to a different time. So thanks, Chris.
You're welcome, friend.
I should mention, because this kind of transitions into what we're going to do next, but I should give a shout out to Jarrett Bear, friend of the pod, because I don't know if it was OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, but he was, I think, purchasing a game through some seller, and the guy also had a bunch of Nintendo Power issues. And so he sent me pictures, and this guy had a surprising range of issues, old and new. And so he's like, hey, I can pick these up too at the same time if you're looking for any of them, Jarrett said. And I was like, oh, yeah. And so I got some pretty good, really cool issues that were complete, including one that's like a throwback. It'll be on a Power Hour in the future, but it was like I think it was a Zelda 2 cover, like one of the original issues. Like, and they're all complete, very readable. More than meets the standard of the condition I'm looking for a Nintendo Power issue. So I got like 5 or 6 issues for a very reasonable price. The guy apparently, Jarrett said, had a complete set of Nintendo Power issues. And so, he would just replace magazines as he got new ones. And so he had like lots of spares that used to be part of his original collection. And now he has nicer ones or something, but it worked out for me.
That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, on that note, I have one last thing to say, and that is, James, I'm still going to beat you in this competition. Doesn't matter that you got a head start. I am determined to win, or at least, I'm determined to win.
I'm willing to play dirty now, so you better watch your back.
Yeah, trust me. I will. You're so oblivious. I'm going to buy your games first now. But on that note, I think it's time for one of our favorite segments. You ready, James?
Let's do it. What? Wow.
Jaden's done it again.
He's done it again.
Yeah, he sent me that today, and I was like, oh, James is going to love this.
Made more of the song.
Wow. That's the full track right there.
Oh, no. More lyrics to come.
There's verses and a bridge and a chorus.
Extended version, yeah.
It's time for the Power Hour. I don't know. Maybe that's the chorus or something.
Ooh.
That's really cool, though. Anyways, Power Hour, fellas. What I got here.
Ooh, whose issue was that?
This was one of the ones.
Let's dox him on the podcast.
Yeah. I don't know if he's from Renton, Washington, or at least the original owner of this was. Should I say the name? I'll leave it alone. But Volume 125 in Nintendo Power. This is one of the issues I got through Jer Bear and through that seller.
Love
it's great.
That cover.
It's great, dude. Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition that's the cover on this Nintendo Power. It digs into the anime style because Pokemon Yellow was basically the third version of Pokemon Red and Blue, but they just added a lot of elements from the TV show, I guess, to appeal to everyone else that wasn't playing Pokemon, which was literally everyone at the time. But yeah, it's a really cool cover with Pikachu hanging on Ash's head with a sweaty brow. Both of them have a sweaty brow.
They're stressed.
Yeah, they're stressed. Yeah, in anime style. So Volume 125, and I should pull up my notes so I know where I'm going with this. I hadn't done this yet. It's page 12. We're gonna go to Player's Pulse and everyone's new favorite segment.
Yes.
We got some reader submissions to go over, friends. Now, it's funny. It opened up here. Judging by the number of Nintendo vs. Nature stories that flooded Powers HQ, some of you aren't exactly treating your hardware with care. So I guess the question for the readers was like, do you have any Nintendo hardware in the weather related issues or stories? And so there's some pretty interesting ones here. This one here from Dan Gerhauser in Alaska. He says, and this was, what year was this again? Did I say what year this was? Just to give some more context.
Probably for Pokemon Yellow.
Yes, sir.
2000.
Volume 125, October 1999. This is N64. This is Game Boy
Color.
still. Yeah, we're on the precipice of Game Boy Advanced. Yes. All right, here we go. He says, I live in Alaska, where the weather isn't nice. I set my Rumble Pack on the windowsill one day in August, and it must have fallen outside because I don't have a screen on my window. It got to 40 degrees below zero that winter.
In August?
The next...
Is that when winter is in Alaska?
Wait, what?
Didn't he say it was in August?
He said, I set my Rumble Pack on the windowsill one day in August, and it must have fallen outside because I don't have a screen on my window. It got to 40 degrees below zero that winter, so he just left it on that windowsill, and it fell, and apparently all this time passed, and it was just... The next spring, I was cleaning the weeds out from underneath my window, and there it was. After a change of batteries, it worked fine.
Wow.
All right, kid.
Isn't that amazing? All right, another one. Earlier this summer, I took my N64 to my grandma's house. It turned out to be a bad idea because there was an earthquake and the TV fell right on top of my N64.
Oh, jeez.
The TV was trashed, but the N64 was still in mint condition. The funny thing is, I was playing Quake when it happened.
These stories are great.
That's pretty great.
That's awesome.
So you have any thoughts for those readers and their Nintendo versus nature stories?
Yeah, I would like to think what they would think about leaving their Switch underneath the TV that fell during an earthquake now.
Yeah. Or, survive negative 40-degree temperatures.
Yeah. Nintendo makes good hardware,
Yeah.
but it ain't that strong anymore. That's funny.
Their hardware's made of different stuff back in the day. And then there was another one back here that I thought was kind of funny. Oh, yes, here it is. From a Emily Desmet, Stevensville, MI, is that Michigan? Mm-hmm. Mississippi? Mm-hmm. Michigan.
Actually, I would have thought Michigan.
I think it's Michigan. She writes, when Link is an adult in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, he has his ear pierced, but when he's little, he doesn't. Also, it looks like the pierce changes sides from scene to scene. I have 2 questions. How did he get his ear pierced, and which ear is pierced?
It's very observant.
Nintendo Power responded to this one. We're of the opinion that both ears are pierced, simply because that is all the rage on the Hyrule teen scene these days. As for how it got pierced, well, 7 years is a long time to lie suspended in the Temple of Light. Maybe Rauru just got bored one day and figured he'd give him a makeover.
All right.
That's canon now. For
Yeah.
Rauru be giving ear piercings.
I mean, I gotta give Emily a lot of credit for being for her level of observation. Like I would never have even considered. Yeah. And it is funny to imagine that Link, as he pulls the sword out, he's just suspended there like a statue for 7 years for the whoever is the caretaker of the temple to just mess with him.
Look at that idiot. Before you move on, what was in the most wanted section?
Oh, you saw that. You saw it. Good. I'm glad you saw that, Chris, because that's where I was going next. We have a little bit of a game, like I like to do. A quick little tidbit.
My bad. I'm sorry to jump ahead. I looked like you're getting ready to move on. So.
Yeah, I was. This is X Button's Most Wanted. So, in that October of 1999, this was the 10 most wanted games and/or things, I should say, related to Nintendo that the readers requested. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these in a random order that I've already predetermined. You guys are going to tell me what you think the top... Yeah, let's go top 3. What you think the top 3 of these 10 things are. Okay?
Okay.
Here we go. And then whoever's closest... Maybe should we go top 3 or top 5? I don't know.
Let's just do 3.
Top 3. All right, here we go. Pokemon Yellow. WWF Attitude, Nintendo 64. Perfect Dark, N64. Dolphin, which I'm assuming is
the GameCube.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars Episode 1, Racer on the N64.
That wasn't out yet?
Guess not. Pokemon Stadium, N64. Pokemon Snap, N64. Donkey Kong 64. Army Men, Sarge's Heroes, N64. And finally, Resident Evil 2, N64. Those 10 games and or items, concepts even, were the most wanted things at the time according to Nintendo Power and the readers. Can you come up with the top 3 things of those 10?
Pokemon Yellow, Donkey Kong 64, Dolphin. That's my guess.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at this list, and it's hard for me to not just want to
do all
Pokemon top 3 because this was Pokemania, right?
I thought the same thing.
But I feel like it wouldn't be that easy. I feel like there's got to be something that is in there that's not Pokemon. I don't know. I feel you're sharing this because it's interesting, which makes me, think that. Well, this audience, I don't know if the kiddos would be super hyped for Resident Evil 2 on N64. If they had a PlayStation, they've already played it. Man.
I thought the same thing with Perfect Dark, too. I think the majority of people who played GoldenEye were probably older. They might not be the normal people who wrote into Nintendo Power.
Okay, I'll go with this. Pokemon Yellow.
Okay.
Pokemon Stadium.
Okay.
And then because it didn't come out yet and people didn't love it yet. You know, I could see there have not being as much excitement for Pokemon Snap before it came out. So I'm going to replace Pokemon Snap with Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Okay. On the N64. What did you say,
Yellow
Chris?
Stadium
I said
Racer.
yellow Donkey Kong Dolphin.
Okay. You overthought it a little bit, Jaden. Here's the top 3 in reverse order. In third place, Pokemon Snap on the N64. In second place, Pokemon Yellow Game Boy.
Dang.
In first place,
Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium at 64.
Lovely.
You nailed it. Your thought process was perfect. This was Pokemon is bigger now by population, but at the time, this was the hottest and the most feverish people were about Pokemon initially. So it was everything to everyone, honestly.
I'm
So
not surprised.
yeah, it's funny to think that they would be hyped more than some of the other games in this, like DK64 maybe, or like the next console that would have better graphics, you know, which is crazy to me. But yeah, and then it kind of echoes that way here too. Like you look at their power charts, their top 3 games for the Game Boy at the time. Number 1 was Pokemon. Number 2 was Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX. Number 3 was Pokemon Pinball. So yeah, and then. For the 64, just for clarity, number 1, Ocarina of Time. Number 2, GoldenEye. Number 3, Super Smash Brothers. And right behind it would have been Pokemon Snap. Interesting. That doesn't even make any sense.
How is it in the most wanted, but also in the top selling?
Any sense? Was it just like buzz? Was it like trending on Twitter type situation? Like
it
wasn't out
yet?
yet?
Called best selling?
No, it's not best selling. I think this is like I think it's more like trending, like what's hot right now, you know, or like
how long doesn't it say how long they'd been in that on that list?
Yeah, so it looks like
long had
Pokemon
Zelda
Snap
been?
had been on the months on the charts, 2 months. Interesting.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap came out in July.
So why was it on the most wanted list and also trending on the power charts?
They still wanted it. They didn't care that it was out.
That's very interesting.
They didn't have a 64, and
I guess we're gonna have to.
I don't know.
We may never find that out. Maybe Dan Osen knows. Somebody reach out. All right, so we're gonna move on to page 40 of Volume 125. I'll try not to make this Power Hour too long-winded. There's not too much to cover, I don't think. But I thought it was interesting here. They covered Donkey Kong 64.
Okay.
And they referenced a in-store demo. Nintendo knows you can't wait to see Rare's gigantic jungle adventure that turns the whole DK crew loose on the N64. Now in stores, a playable demo lets you monkey around with this Madcap pack. So we've talked about demo kiosks before on this pod. I thought it was pretty interesting from a collector's perspective that they have this. They have a picture of it right here, previewing Donkey Kong 64. And they said right here, over 7,000 playable demos are currently in stores, giving a hands-on preview of 3 scenes plucked from the pack. And our tips will help you become the top banana. But I thought it was interesting. They gave a figure for how many of those were out in the wild. So that doesn't make it sound like super rare. But I've never seen one of these.
Well, I'm assuming that the not-for-resale Donkey Kong 64 cartridge that's out there, it's a gray cart.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's probably what was in those demo kiosks.
Yeah.
And that cartridge is like a $1,500 cartridge.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just double-checked the price, but I knew it was expensive.
Wow. $1,500 just for the cartridge. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have had a box.
Yeah,
So
You could trade your Pokemon box for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good deal. Everyone knows how I love Donkey Kong 64. Honestly, I have some fond memories of Donkey Kong 64.
I loved Donkey Kong 64.
It's kind of controversial, like.
I loved it. And I remember playing multiplayer and you and Jordan getting ticked because
I absolutely sucked. It was weird. Like, mechanically, it was a weird game to play.
Dude, I loved that game.
The physics were weird. I liked Lanky Kong. That was all good times. But, yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. They previewed that. The other feature that they featured was Jet Force Gemini.
Such a good game.
They covered Army Men Sarge's Heroes. And let's move on to the poster, which is on page 51. You know I don't buy these unless they got the poster. And I don't really... It's a really weird one that, to me, doesn't make any sense at all for the time era. But it's Catwoman coming soon to your Game Boy Color from Kemco.
Wow.
And we got Catwoman right there. And, like, I'm assuming that they got a comic book artist to do this because it looks stylish.
It's actually a really good poster.
That's pretty cool.
It looks very 90s comic book type art. So
make sure to take a picture of that for the Instagram post if I finally remember to post it.
You want me to? Okay.
That's a good pic. That's a good poster.
I will. It's got the DC seal at the bottom. I honestly don't remember the developer Kemco at all. Like that's not a familiar name
that
to me
logo doesn't look familiar
at
either.
all.
I recognize it, but I don't know why.
Yeah. Just a reminder that Game Boy Color is still kicking. Well, I guess Pokemon
Obviously,
Yellow was a
Pokemon
Game
Yellow
Boy.
was a Game
Yeah,
Boy
it's a
Color
Game Boy Color game. Okay, so all right then. So we're gonna move on to page 17.
Actually, Pokemon Yellow was a Game Boy game.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Oh yeah, because the first Game Boy Color would have been Gold and Silver, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Nice. Okay, so Pokemon was everything. It was all the rage. Poke Center segment is what we're looking at right here. I did think, brief note, that it was kind of interesting that they had high scores that people had got in Pokemon Snap for specific Pokemon pictures they'd taken. So like they say for example here, the highest score that they'd been sent from gamers at the time was 5,170 points from an Arcanine, 5,380 points from a Bulbasaur, etc. So like if you guys ever want to play Pokemon Snap on your own times or whatever consoles you have and see if you can beat these scores that were on Nintendo Power, it'd be kind of interesting, I think. Vileplume at 4620, which is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I'd probably select that one right there. They had some interesting questions from readers in the Poke Chat section. This one I thought was interesting. In the Pokemon lab on Cinnabar Island, I traded my Raichu for another trainer's Electrode. Then when I went back and talked to him again, he said that my Raichu went and evolved. But Raichu doesn't evolve. What in the world is he talking about? Answer from Nintendo Power. We wondered about that ourselves. There are two possibilities. One is that the guy is an ignoramus who knows about as much about Pokemon as a Slowpoke knows about advanced mathematics. The other is that he's lying to impress us. But that is an interesting canonical question that I now have too. I'm currently playing through Leaf Green, and I want to get to this guy that apparently
They might have changed it by then.
Yeah, they changed a lot of dialogue.
I bet they did. I bet they did by that point. But yeah, he's saying that Raichu evolved. Is he just like that guy you meet that's like, oh yeah, I did this one really cool thing, and he's completely like making up on the spot?
You find that Mew underneath the truck?
And it's funny you mentioned that, Chris, because the next question asked, if you skip the SS Anne by trading for a Pokemon who already knows Cut, then go back to Vermilion City when you have the Surf ability, you can find a little island near the cruiser. There's a truck parked on it that doesn't seem to serve a purpose. What is it? Answer from Nintendo Power. If you believe what half of the internet says, Mew is somehow buried under there. We've heard a lot of rumors about moving the truck with strength and finding the elusive 151st Pokemon, but none of them are true. The fact is there's nothing under the truck. Since an average player would never have Surf when the SS Anne is still docked, it's likely that the island was never meant to be reached and that it is just a leftover from the programmers. Consider it your private getaway spot.
Thanks.
So, I do remember that rumor, a terrible rumor that never ever should have been spread, that teased us
I remember
all.
doing it. I remember trying to get there like I was going to be different.
Yeah. It is ironic, however, that there was a glitch on the bridge in Cerulean City where you could actually get Mew, like, legitimately, And that's carried over to all the ports, Okay. Anyways, we're moving on to page 108, which was the actual feature article on Pokemon Yellow itself. You're thinking, is this Pokemon stuff ever going to stop? The answer, no, it's not.
Obviously not.
Something I thought that was interesting that I entirely forgot. Your rival Gary has a whole new way to antagonize you in Yellow. Instead of choosing Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander for his own, he snags an Eevee from the Professor. He'll show up to battle in all the same places as in Red and Blue, but the evolution of his team will differ depending on the way your game progresses. And I had entirely forgotten this. So depending, I think, on the first two battles, whether you win or lose, or even skip the second battle with Gary that's on the way to the Pokemon League from... What's that second city? Viridian City, right? I think it was Viridian City.
I'm on the road to Viridian City.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like that determines what evolution he picks. I
don't think I knew that.
I didn't either. I had entirely forgotten that he starts with Eevee in that game.
That I hadn't, because that's what Let's Go is based off of.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But I don't think I had any understanding on how we picked who we evolved.
Yeah, because like the way it works in Red and Blue is you pick Bulbasaur, he picks the one that hits your Pokemon for stab. He picks Charmander.
We were talking about that recently. Why did they make your Pokemon rival such a wuss in recent Pokemon games? They picked the type that you're... Was it you and I that were talking about that?
Was it?
I think so.
They pick the type that you're strong against.
Yeah.
So they're like, duh.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like no challenge anymore.
And they're nice
Rivals
to
used to
you.
be a challenge, and they used to be jerks.
Yeah.
That's just modern
I
game
love
development.
a jerky rival. I have
I
one.
want to kick their butt. Now it's just like, why
Yeah.
are you here?
Bring back mean Nintendo. Video games, period. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. Moving along here, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that stuck out to me. Apparently, the layout of the unknown dungeon where you find Mewtwo in the post game is a completely different layout in Pokemon Yellow. I completely forgotten that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they even have the map with where all the items are.
That's cool.
But yeah, and also this is something I didn't know at all. Another feature unique to Pokemon Yellow is the addition of Colosseum 2, which is a new way to battle with your friends. Once you link 2 Yellow games together using the Game Link cable, this new mode will become available. In it, you'll get the chance to fight in 3 new cups, each of which has its own rules and regulations, which is it's a lot, I mean, that's kind of reminiscent of like modern competitive Pokemon where you have different cups and different like regulations you set before you battle Pokemon. Like for example, this one right here, Poke Cup. Pokemon between the levels of 50 and 55 can enter this cup, which is essentially the heavyweight class. The sum of the experience levels of your Pokemon can't be more than 155. And as an added touch, the 151st Pokemon Mew is not allowed. So I was thinking about that. I was like, does that mean you could only bring 3 to battle? Or does that mean between 6 Pokemon, their levels can't exceed 155? And I was like, a little confused by that.
Must mean you can only bring 3.
That's what I was.
It says between 50 and 55 is the limitations.
Yeah.
So you literally can only bring 3 in that range.
Yeah. No more than 155. So you're going to have to like balance between 3 Pokemon. I think that's very interesting that they did that. And I'm not shocked that like most people, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I wasn't familiar with that at all. Mostly because
does it say if there's any added benefit to doing that other than just a challenge?
just different cups to battle each other with different like rules.
I wonder if that was kept in the eShop versions on the 3DS.
Well, it sounds like too you had to have 2 Yellow games linked together at the same time, which is another one of the reasons.
Either of you guys have Yellow on 3DS? Did you buy it? I bought Yellow too. I'd be kind of curious to try that.
I probably did. I'd have to look. Anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. So moving on. Oh, and there's also I had to mention this. Sorry, I'm burping in the mic.
Pikachu?
Surfing Pikachu giveaway. 1,000 winners. Get ready to hang 10 with your favorite Electric-type Pokemon because we're having the giveaway of a lifetime. Read on and get stoked for some fun in the sun. Like, wow, that's all we have to say to the news that a special Pokemon has been discovered. Surfing Pikachu is an ordinary Electric-type infused with a special gift, the ability to tame gnarly waves. This radical Pikachu already knows how to surf, and it can learn other water-type abilities as well. Not only that, but it will find its way onto a Pokemon Yellow game cartridge. It can also play a secret surfing mini-game. And the best part is, if your entry is picked, you could have one of these rare creatures for your very own. I didn't know there was an exclusive mini-game if you had the Surfing Pikachu on your cartridge. That is pretty crazy. I do wonder how many copies of like original game packs with this Surfing Pikachu still exist.
Oh, I can't imagine that's a high number.
And or if they even had the ability to trade it forward with
Well, you
cables.
couldn't trade past the Game Boy games.
Yeah.
To Game Boy Advance, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I want to say, because I thought you can unlock the Surfing Pikachu yourself with Stadium or Stadium 2.
I think you're right. That sounds familiar.
Because, yeah, I've heard of, Surfing Pikachu a long time ago. It wasn't, I didn't know what it looked like until, like, I watched it on YouTube. Like, huh.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in the game.
It's pretty cool. And yeah, the fact that there's a mini game attached to it back then too is really cool. I guess it depends on the battery being good on those cartridges, right? Like, because those batteries eventually die. If you let them die, your memory's wiped, and so the Pokemon are gone too, I would think. I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty cool. Moving on to page 134, and we're very near the end, my friends. Packwatch. They talked about...
Hold on, real quick. Back to the Surfing Pikachu thing.
Yes.
I had a feeling like if I was right. Do I sound a little echoey right now? Is it just in my head? Okay. I had a feeling that, oh my gosh, I felt like I remembered that on the 3DS version you could somehow access that Surfing Pikachu game, and you can.
Nice.
There's on Route 19 apparently you're able to play the mini game. It was a change specific to the 3DS re-release.
Really?
Yeah,
That's just south of Saffron Town, I want to say.
I don't remember.
That's just the area my brain thinks
yeah.
of when I know of this surfing Pikachu thing. I could be wrong.
So that's
And
cool.
It sounds right to me.
So they
but
adapted the port on the 3DS to play it, basically?
to be able to play. It doesn't sound like you can get Surf Pikachu, but you can at least play that mini game.
That's
on
pretty
there.
cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool, man. Yeah, I think Jaden's right. It would be shocking to me if they didn't make the Surfing Pikachu in some other way, like post. Yeah, like that doesn't just 1,000 people, and there's millions of people that were playing Pokemon at the time. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Really cool moment in time, needless to say. Finally, Pack Watch, the inside source for all Nintendo news. Nintendo stunned the gaming and digital communications industries at September's ECTS trade show in London by announcing plans to release a new 32-bit Game Boy system in August of 2000 in Japan and by the end of the year in North America. Do you know what it's called, guys? The new handheld system is tentatively called Game Boy Advance. Well, we know that tentative was removed, and that's what it ended up being.
Oh my gosh, did it really?
Yeah. I did think this was interesting, though. Game Boy Advance is designed to be connected to the internet. In effect, Game Boy Advance will be a personal communication terminal as well as a next-generation gaming system. Nintendo Co. Ltd. Chairman Hiroshi Yamauchi sees it as a way to explore new areas of multiplayer gaming. And if that sounds exciting, get this. Digital cameras, available separately, will allow Game Boy Advance users to see each other during chat or game sessions. So Game Boy Advance is a game system, an internet device, and a video link. There's no word on pricing at this time, except that it will be a mass market price point. Do you remember any of those features or aspects on your Game Boy Advance? Because I don't.
It's crazy to think that at one point Nintendo was like, we're going to be ahead of this internet, of this online gameplay feature. And then they fell real far behind.
Yeah.
We're at the Switch 2 and we just finally got a camera.
It makes me wonder, like, were they jealous of, like, Tiger or something when the Gamecom came out? Like, the idea behind that concept or something?
Gamecom's really going to take off.
They're a threat.
These are some good ideas they got.
We aren't morons.
I don't want to be a moron.
How many podcasts actually bring up the Gamecom this month?
Yeah, I know.
Actually ridiculous.
But I mean, like, was there a camera peripheral that I don't remember, like a separate one for the Game Boy Advance?
No, there was not.
I don't remember any internet features, and I don't know.
There isn't. That's funny that that was a thing at one point.
But
I would have never thought.
That is so crazy. It is funny that, like, it seems like the initial idea behind the system was very ambitious, not just like, an on-the-go 32-bit, basically Super Nintendo, for lack of better words, But
that's what's so fun about these old Nintendo Powers and any video game magazine. These like random tidbits of information that are dead.
Yeah,
like they're lost to history if they weren't recorded anywhere.
Absolutely,
I genuinely don't think I've ever heard that before. So,
I was like, am I crazy? Like, I had a game. I had it day one. It was gifted to me for like a graduation gift. I was all in on the Game Boy Advance, and I still am, frankly. But yeah, like, I couldn't believe that was some of the ideas and like just ambitions they had initially, which were not even remotely realized. And speaking of dead history, Chris, how about this?
Space World.
Yeah, Nintendo Space World 99. So they talk about some of the things that were revealed, games, and I thought some of this was really funny. Some of the titles here. Check this out, Jaden. Zelda Gaiden called up images of Ocarina of Time, but it was evident that the frame rates and graphics had improved. Between our gameplay and a long chat with Shigeru Miyamoto, Zelda's creator, we determined a number of tantalizing details about the story. Mere months after the end of Ocarina of Time, Link chases a school kid into another dimension, only to find a doomed world. The moon is falling, and Link has a short time to stop it. It's not as cut and dried as that, though. Mr. Miyamoto made it clear that the world would be in constant motion regardless of whether you're not witnessing events. The game will require an expansion pack to handle this amount of action. Anyways, I'll stop there, but Zelda Gaiden. I did not know that either. I feel like I've heard this before, but I entirely forgot.
That was the...
That was the working title. That's what it was going to be. That's what in Space World 99 It was Zelda Gaiden. You see the Majora's Mask there and the Skull Kid. Zelda Gaiden at the bottom of each of these photos that were taken and like images from the Space World at the time. Speaking of other dead concepts, titles, games, we have a still image here from Mother 3, aka Earthbound 64.
Oh. R.I.P. I want that demo that build to get released at some point, man.
You've got to think that's out there somewhere too. But Nintendo is I don't know.
They never released it on purpose.
It said right here, the long-anticipated N64 incarnation of Earthbound was rife with long, impressive cinema scenes and battle animations to die for. It's due out in Japan in the first quarter of 2000, but no word yet on a U.S. release. ... Ellipses.
Elpis?
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Sorry about that. Oh, this one too I thought funny too. Super Mario RPG 2. We couldn't take our eyes off the novel look of this sequel. With 2D characters inhabiting a 3D environment, it presents a totally unique graphical presentation. Fans of the first Mario RPG will love the new look. So, I mean, looking at it myself, I'm assuming...
Definitely. It was supposed to be Mario RPG 2 before it became Paper Mario.
Yeah, but even looking at this picture too, maybe you can look at it. Is that an image from Paper Mario? Kind of looks like it to me. Like it looks...
Yeah, I think so.
It looks like it to
familiar.
me. So
I haven't played Paper Mario in a long time.
These different... The title differences are really funny. And then here's one here too. Pokemon Gold and Silver. Slated for release in Japan this November, the 2 new Pokemon games include at least 100 new Pokemon above the original 150. Word is, the new Pokemon will have genders, and so there may be new species beyond that number. That obviously did happen, and obviously is one of the most goated Pokemon games of all time. Very cool.
Yeah.
Space World 99, Volume 125.
Wait, go back. What was that image?
Isn't that striking? Battle Tank, Global Assault,
It's
Fight
like
for the Future.
A tank attacking the Wizard of Oz people?
Oh yeah,
Like-
that is so funny. It is so weird, so random. From 3DO.
That's so weird.
That is really weird.
Wow.
They're leaving like a wrecked Oz that's just like smoking, been razed to the ground apparently. Yeah, and you got Dorothy, you got the dog, you got the Tin Man, the lion, and the... Oh man. And they're getting chased by a tank via Battle Tank Global Assault. Weird.
No, Battle Tanks with an X.
Oh, you're right. Thanks for that. Anyways, that is Volume 125. That is Power Hour, and that's what I got for you.
And Power Hour is now concluded. Let's do that song one more time.
Oh, please do. Oh, it's so good. Did you take a page out of Stranger Things a little bit? I'm feeling Stranger Things a bit in that, and I like that.
I can see it. I
like
it.
it a
Well,
lot.
yeah, I like retro wave music. So
Yes.
yeah, it's the same
like it.
genre.
He's feeling strange.
I was thinking, of doing like on YouTube, just putting together a compilation of Power Hours.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, here's 2 hours of Power Hour, just like putting them all back to back, and that being like the intro or something.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Never got around to it, but also we have more than enough content from the Power Hour segments to make multiple of those.
Maybe we. Oh, I say we. Like I would actually do any of this, but an animated James telling the story of Power Hour would be pretty awesome.
It's like Rosalina's storybook time.
with the pages turning, the actual pages. Oh wow, that's crazy. Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, so let's get into our recap here. We're going to talk about the GameCube top 10 now. The according to price charting, the most expensive GameCube games. What made me think about this was the fact that friend of the podcast, Christian, Bird Dog Gaming, recently completed his GameCube set. So he did the full North American retail GameCube set. And congratulations to our friend on finishing that. I know that was a huge endeavor, and I'm sure he's glad to be done.
Big congrats.
But then as I was, watching his recent video where he was talking about it, I was thinking about like how we did an episode about 4 years ago talking about the 10 most expensive GameCube games at the time and how much that list has probably changed. So I just thought this segment probably won't take too terribly long, but I wanted to go over it and just kind of like examine some of the changes. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do first is go over what the top 10 was as of 4 years ago, from 10 down to number 1. And then we'll go over the new list as, we'll round robin going over the list. Mm-hmm. So in 2022, I believe we recorded this episode in February 2022. So a little over 4 years ago.
That's crazy.
The games were starting at number 10, Skies of Arcadia Legends at 178, Chibi Robo at 230, Ribbit King at 232, NBA College Basketball 2K... NCAA College Basketball 2K3 at 279, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance at $280, Disney Sports Basketball at $413, Go-Go Hypergrind at $460, Gotcha Force at $570, Cubivore at $642, and the big boy Pokemon Box at $1,575. So when we did that list, we omitted variants, we omitted the dual packs and things that were on there. We focused just on kind of like the main retail releases that were in the top 10 at the time. And that's kind of what we did for this, because obviously there are very expensive games outside of the normal releases, like the Sonic Monkey Ball double pack is very much so considered a grail. Very expensive, would easily top this list. And then there's a lot of other dual packs and stuff like that that also could have made the top 10. But we wanted to just kind of keep this recap true to the original episode's idea and just focus on 10 kind of standard retail releases. Though I guess Pokemon Box may be not considered a standard retail release since it was only available online, but nonetheless, it was included.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's start with number 10. James, why don't you start us off with what the 10th most expensive GameCube game is now?
The 10th most expensive GameCube game as of yesterday, as of now, is Phantasy Star Online, Episode 1 and 2 Plus. So, it was a separate release to the standard Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2. Obviously, the Plus refers to some extra content that it had that I think previously was only available online, I believe, if I understand that right. I honestly don't know that much about it. I just know that I really enjoyed the first one and that there's a second one, Plus.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking up something, so I got a little distracted there. Yeah, it's my understanding too. Phantasy Star Online Plus was just extra content that they'd come up with. I think it was possibly released on like a PC version or something that they added to this version. So it's the base Phantasy Star Online 1+2 plus a bunch of extra content.
Yes.
So it is closer to being considered the complete. Well, it is the closest to a complete version that there is available to buy physically.
Yeah. Oh, I see here too. The Plus version also includes exclusive content on the disc, which beforehand was only available as a download. Also, the East Tower and West Tower quests for Episode 2 were added to the Plus version's offline Episode 2 mode. In the regular version, those quests were only available online. So,
see, that's cool.
Yeah, so stuff that was just included, not on cart, but on disc by default. So kind of the definitive version of Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2.
Where would, you said, like, the content you can only download prior? Where would that go? On your GameCube?
Yeah, that's a good quote. I mean, at the time, everyone had memory cards, generally speaking.
Yeah,
I don't think there was much as, like, internal storage.
Really small.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
You had to have didn't you have to have the broadband adapter, or was that?
Did that have some, like,
maybe that had
storage in there or
that's
something?
what I was going to say. I don't know, but maybe it did.
Yeah. Actually playing these games online as they were intended on the GameCube was involved. You needed extra equipment. You needed probably a better than average internet connection that most people had availability at the time, I'm thinking. Yeah, I did. We always played offline. Co-op.
We didn't have all that stuff, but you can still play these games online now with the right equipment.
Yeah,
there are people that still have servers going.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you can just hook up a broadband adapter to an Ethernet cable and hop online, but there are ways to use your GameCube and this game to get online and play.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and as much as I love this, and as much time as we spent this, mainly just me, Chris, and Jordan. I always say it. I want to come back to this game. I want to get this version of this game, and it is on. That's one of my targets in our game competition is this game. It is a little unfortunate that it has now cracked the top 10 in terms of expenses. Complete in box, it is $211.
Yeah, and just for reference, in 2022 when we did this list, it was $184. So it hasn't gone up like dramatically, but it has. I mean, that's a $30-ish price increase.
Yeah.
And it knocked Skies of Arcadia Legends off of the top 10.
Yeah.
Which is now Skies of Arcadia Legends has gone down in price. It's now $152, so it went down about $26.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see some averages here. One game getting more expensive, another one getting less expensive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did Skies of Arcadia, did that get some kind of a port or a different version on the Switch? Am I remembering this right?
I don't think so.
No? Okay,
yeah.
So just...
Actually, I guarantee... No, it has. I don't know why I said I don't think
interesting.
so. Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
Is, I don't know, Phantasy Star Online. Is this the game or the series? Or is this version the one where it had the stuff offline? I'm guessing not. What series am I thinking of where it's like normally an online game, but they like made it?
This is it.
This is it.
You could still play
You
it
could play
online,
this.
but
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
it was. So what it was on Dreamcast. The game was. You could play the whole game single player, but there was also online content. But if you wanted to play it multiplayer, you had to be online. This version, the GameCube version, was great because they added multiplayer to the base game. So if I have the game and
Yeah.
James has the game, I could bring my character on my memory card over to James's house and play kind of like it was
that's
intended,
sick.
but without having to be online.
Yeah. It
So
was
the
like
only thing you lost out on was the online specific
dude.
missions.
it was
So-
like it was like I mean, I guess I didn't know it at the time because I didn't have anything to compare it to, but it was like an offline MMO that you could play local co-op multiplayer with, just super fun.
Yeah,
That's really
I mean, I have a lot of fondness for this game. We definitely
Yeah.
played it a lot. James would drive me and Jordan nuts.
Oh
but
yeah, it was great. Speaking of, yeah, we are. This will be the second Michael Jackson reference you made in this episode somehow.
This was that game.
This was that game.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Yeah. The create a character.
You can do some crazy things.
Yeah, it was a good times.
Oh god, he was so annoying.
All I can say is you better watch your back. If you leave loot on the floor for too long.
Yeah, it's too long. He doesn't do anything to help you in the battle and just takes it. You left it on too long by doing too much work.
Good
I like
stuff.
to believe he's not as bad now, but I don't know.
You have to try it out. We'll see.
That doesn't give me a lot of desire to do that. All right, why don't you shoot us with number 9, Jaden?
Okay, let me get back to number 9. Oh, why do you do this to me? Number 9, we got Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're looking at 216. That has gone up.
Yeah, you know what's funny? So it has. So at this time, 2022, when we recorded, it was about 184. So it was still expensive, but it's definitely gone up. But since we wrote these numbers down literally yesterday, the price charting's number for this game is now up to 227. So it's gone up an extra $11, which is just random. An average of.
Pocopia effect? I don't know. Maybe.
But
I don't know.
This game is coming to the NSO.
I know, yeah, and that's
month?
what
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna pay.
I think it just dropped the NSO. I think I saw a notification today.
Oh,
Maybe.
right.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's such a good game. I love this game. The only thing that you lose by the NSO version, which doesn't matter to 99% of people that want to play it, is you can't transfer the Pokemon to forward. Like the Shadow Lugia, you can't bring it forward. So that part's disappointing, but the game's still absolutely worth playing.
Yeah.
And this would have been Gen 3, so if this had compatibility on NSO, it would be incredible because you could actually play this game, move those Pokemon to the most modern game of.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
So that dethroned Chibi Robo, which was at 230. Whatever happened to Chibi Robo?
Oh, poor Chibi.
Is that what that means by the note right there?
Yeah. So I edited numbers on my end. I didn't edit it before I sent them to you. So it was at 230, but now it's out of the top 10, but just barely because it's at 200.
200. Yeah.
So it's not much cheaper than Phantasy Star Online, but it's lost a little bit of value. Maybe from coming to NSO because it's playable on NSO now too.
Interesting.
So next at number 8, so this one dropped a couple spots, is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. It's now valued at $225. 4 years ago, it was at $280. I assume that it coming to NSO helped bring the value down a little bit there. Also, too, I think this game was on a slight decline before that even happened. It seemed like it was getting a little cheaper. Still a great game, and NSO is a great way to play it. Not that I've actually played it all the way through. I do want to, though. But it knocked Ribbit King. Ribbit King was number 8 prior. Now Ribbit King's also off the list.
Yeah.
And it had a pretty big decrease. It was at 232 4 years ago. Now it's down to 174. So it's about $50 cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's one of those games that may have actually been a benefit to hold off on buying for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not every game on this list is like that, as you'll see.
Yeah. No, one of my early impressions is just like it seems like maybe GameCube games in general have the prices have just dropped a little bit, just a tick, not significantly, but like, yeah, maybe. I mean, 2022 when we first recorded, it was still we were still kind of in the thick of COVID to some degree, It was fresh on everyone's mind, and a lot of people probably still were working remotely, And so, yeah, prices for games were still pretty up, obviously. It's kind of interesting.
Hit us with number 7, James.
Number 7, Rampage Total Destruction Player's Choice version. And that is complete in box, $250. This one was kind of interesting to me. It kind of got my eyes because I was trying to figure. Well, first I was like, okay, so are we considering Player's Choice versions for this list? And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's just a different version of the game. It's not really a variant. It was a mass-produced game, allegedly, but it does not seem that this game was mass-produced too much.
No. So this happens on occasion where a greatest hits version ends up being actually much rarer, or actually more rare, and way more expensive than its
the black label
version. So with this game, it's an interesting one. So I'd heard about this in recent years because Craig from Craig's Game Room has mentioned it before as being one of the most rare Player's Choice variants. That's the only reason I knew of it. So back in 2022 when we recorded it, it's obviously it either was not recognized as being rare or was so uncommon that people weren't seeing it very often because it was only going for about $22 back then. So yeah, it gained notoriety.
2022 it was going for $22?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So somewhere around about looks like
Look at that graph.
Oh yeah, to the moon.
Somewhere around last year, people figured it out.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is.
Everybody became aware.
Yeah. And so it knocked off NCAA college basketball 2K3.
Yeah.
Which we talked about was number 7 before, obviously at 279. Now it's dropped down to it's off the list. It's at 206.
Oh yeah.
So it had a pretty steep decline in value.
Yeah. And speaking of Rampage Total Destruction, I looked on eBay. I tried to find any listings at all. None. The most recent, like there was maybe like 2 or 3, if you want to call it recent, like sells, like copies sold like in the last year. So like it's like you said, kind of overnight, it's just become extremely rare, and it's just kind of weird because
I think it was always rare. It just became recognized.
Yeah, like aren't Player's Choice versions of games supposed to be like just to make it more available? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's just so strange.
I think that sometimes it just doesn't happen like that. There's a couple, I think I've talked about it before, but there's some PS4 games. There's most commonly one of the PS1. There's a PS1 game, NFL Blitz. Mm-hmm. I think it's just NFL Blitz. Maybe it's NFL Blitz like 2000 or something like that. Very common black label game, but the actual Player's Greatest Hits version is like $1,000.
Oh wow!
It's just that I don't know what it is. Maybe they do a very small release of it. Maybe they push it out and then decide that it's not worth actually mass producing. There's PS4 Greatest Hits versions of games, Player's Hits games, I guess they're called now.
Yeah.
That some people like have never seen in the wild,
Yeah.
So I don't know how this happens when, like you said, it should be a game that's mass produced getting another big production.
Yeah.
Another common one, NBA Ballers on the Xbox, the Platinum Hits version of that game, super rare, like super uncommon, very expensive. But anyway,
it's so weird.
It happens. It's not common, but.
Yeah, well, the thing is too, like looking for copies and listings of this on eBay, like the standard version, the black label version, all over the place for like $20. It's like one of the cheaper GameCube games.
Yeah, that makes me think at least this is just a variant. People GameCube collecting, like they don't have to buy this copy specifically, right?
Yeah,
but it's in the top 10 most expensive GameCube games. They can just buy.
Yeah,
the $20
just
black
get your
label.
cheap version.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about this, and I remember when I was listening back, we talked about it a lot on the old episode. But this is one of those ones where you can catch somebody slipping.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you can go to a game store. You go to a GameStop. If a GameStop actually had a copy of Rampage, they're not going to have it at this price. They're going to have it at the $20 of the black label. Like. That's that's a nice thing about GameStop. If there's a variant difference that's expensive, if you happen to find this one, you're getting it at the cheaper price. Like, but even a game store or a thrift store, like you can easily catch them slipping on something like this because it's just not not going to be caught as easily as the obvious stuff.
Yeah, they'll look up the price for the standard version and that's what they mark it at.
Yeah, because nobody, like you said, most people see a Greatest Hits and they don't think that it's going to be more expensive than the
I generally think it's going to be more common. That's for some reason in my head. That's how I think, but it's obviously flawed.
We could do a whole episode on like rare greatest hits variants. It's something that fascinates me, and I've watched a lot of videos and done my own research on it over the years.
Yeah.
Tyler, Game Collecting Reaper, who's been on a few episodes now, he's really big on that too. We've talked about like these like very obscure variants a few times. I've helped him get a couple PS4 ones. I don't know. I just find it fascinating.
Yeah. And in terms of the gameplay itself, I have no idea, but I remember playing Rampage on Super Nintendo, I think. One of the Rampages on that.
Or 64.
So, like, yeah, just kind of like destroy everything type concept kind of games.
Eat
like
people.
Yeah, like maybe like really, really old school, less good DK Bonanza kind of sort of. But yeah, I bet it's pretty fun. I bet it's pretty fun, honestly.
Great movie featuring The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's favorite actor.
Yeah.
Boy.
All right, Jane, what's number 6?
Number 6, we have Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Looking at $2.51. So just $1 more than Player's Choice Rampage Total Destruction. You can get a slightly better game, I would assume.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't speak to how good it is.
What's the deal? Do you know what's with GameCube Resident Evil?
Is it Requiem hype? Is that what it is?
No. It's just this game's been on a steady incline for years. So I looked it up in 2022. It was at 180, so it was already expensive then.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know why Code Veronica X itself is so expensive. There's nothing unique about this version in comparison to the PS2 version, and the PS2 version is like $15. So it's not. I think it's just because it's a GameCube game, and the Resident Evil games are very popular.
Yeah.
2, 3, and Code Veronica X are all very expensive on GameCube. This one just has a bigger spike, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm seeing 2 climbing also.
Yeah,
like,
I think
recently.
that's the Requiem hype, because 2 had dropped down to around $100. It had, because it used to be over 200, but I bet you the Requiem effect is
Requiem effect.
Yeah, it's Leon. Leon's in 2, so everybody's gonna be riding the Leon hype right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could kind of compare Resident Evil price hikes to Pokemon. Like, popular games are popular, and you think they're going to go down, but I guess they're just not, because they're popular games. You know.
Actually, I was telling Jaden this the other day. It's a little off topic, but I got really lucky. I walked into a local game store, and they had the Resident Evil 4 Remake Collector's Edition contents on a shelf. And it was just no game. And I was looking at it. I was like, God, I want that. And then I saw the price. It was $80, which is dirt cheap.
Oh, wow.
Like, it went $300 when it was all out. And it still goes for over that. Like, I think it's closer to $400 now. And I was like, I did not come here with the intention of buying that, but I am buying that. So I already have the game. It's the PS5 version of the collector's edition, but that I wouldn't have cared what version it was. I would have bought it. Because I want the statue and the steel book and the map and the art book that it comes with. Like, and that was one too. Like, I told Jasmine, like, trying to rationalize my unnecessary purchase, though she didn't care. Well, I was like, on top of everything else, like, it's a Leon statue, and Leon's probably, with Requiem coming out, because it hadn't come out yet, it's probably only going to get more expensive. Like, I just want to get it now.
Yeah.
But I was very happy with that.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead.
Say which one that dethroned. Path of Radiance.
Yep.
Looked like it.
Oh, yeah.
So it helped knock Path of Radiance down a couple spots. What's interesting, though, is Path of Radiance was at number 6 prior, and it was $280, and Resident Evil Code Veronica X is $250. So it is, overall, the list has gotten a little cheaper at this point. Like,
yeah.
I think the overall numbers for a collector, like, I think things are still more expensive I think a lot of games have climbed still.
Yeah.
But outside of this top 10, this list has gotten a little cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the high-end stuff is just, maybe it's just a touch more affordable, generally speaking.
Now is the time to buy, guys.
Buy. Buy high.
Let's help Christian out. Let's make his collection more valuable right now.
Yeah.
All right, so number 5 is Gotcha Force. So back in 2022, Gotcha Force was the 3rd most expensive at $570. It has dropped significantly.
Wow.
So it's only $400 now. Only $400. It's $400 now. Still expensive, but $170 drop is pretty insane, actually, for what has always been, my understanding, one of the collectible, highly desired to be played games on the rare end of the GameCube. And it what was in the third or in this spot before,
it was top 3.
Well, yeah, it was top 3 before, and it's taken the spot of Disney Sports Basketball. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, that's it for that.
Another Capcom title though, Gotcha Force, right?
It is.
So number 4, yeah, my turn.
Yep.
All right, this is the only entry on the list that I feel like Jaden definitely has to get. Go Hypergrind.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk like or something. Hey, guess what? This is one of the few that stayed in the exact same spot on the list. It was 4th place in 2022, and it's in 4th place now. It previously was $460 CIB per price charting at the time. It is currently at a slightly declined price of $405. So
once again, time to buy.
Time to buy.
Buy.
Time to do it now. Yeah, that game looks interesting. I found the Joel's brother-in-law when he had just those bins and bins of games that me and my buddy were sifting through. I found the manual of this in there.
Really?
And so I sent Omar is the guy's name. I sent him a picture. I'm like, hey, how about $5? Can I get this? So he was like, and he like looked it up. He's like, no. Like, you didn't even know this is in there or what it is.
Oh, you're too nice, Jaden.
James would have been like, how much do I like this guy? Not enough.
Yeah.
Your honesty is courageous.
Oh, man. So that's the closest I ever came to even laying eyes on this game. And it wasn't even the game. It was just its manual.
How much does the manual go for? Out of curiosity, do we know?
Looks like $200.
Oh, goodness.
One expensive
charting,
manual.
So.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pricey boy.
Yeah. Why don't you hit us with number 3, Jaden?
Okay. Number 3, we are at looking at Cubivore for $533. We've surpassed $1,000. Yeah, very. Where was this one at? Oh, this was at number
2 before.
Number 2 before. Oh, okay.
So it dropped a spot.
Yeah. Replaced Gotcha Force. It looks like. I don't know too much about this game. It's a very uncommon game. Not many have played it. People who have played it seem to have fond memories over
Cubes.
it. The very, very few people.
Cubes, dinosaurs, launch title, weird looking.
Okay.
Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has gone down a little bit at price, but not. I mean, about $100. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So once again, we're talking here. This list. It's time to buy, guys.
Buy.
Time to hop on the game.
Buy.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
When it gets up to this price, though, it can really like vary to like condition.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's probably still closer to the $600 price that it would.
And if you were to look up a listing right now, probably it's gonna.
Yeah, because these are just averages.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
So number 2 is where things get crazy, and definitely was the thing that made me think of this list. Because when we did the list back in 2022, like I don't even really remember talking about Disney Sports Basketball, but obviously we did because it was number 5. It was $413. But dang, did this game skyrocket?
Yeah,
it is $1,000 plus now on average. I think at times has gone for closer to $1,500. But it's gotten to that point now where it's varying a bit. So I actually saw a copy on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I was like, it was not cheap still. It was $500, but it was missing the manual. But I was like, is that a good deal? Not that I would have bought it, but I was just like, that seems like a good price. Like I know that's less than what it goes for, but maybe kind of like Go Hypergrind. Apparently the manual holds a lot of this value because the manuals sell for like $400 on their own.
That's so
apparently
wild. That is so crazy.
So that's why it's so much cheaper, because that paper is really hard to get in this, I guess. 'Cause I would assume that this is one of those games that was most commonly bought for little kids.
Yeah.
So like, and what do little kids do?
Yeah.
They ruin things.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, people who have kids. I don't mean that across the board, but
It's
just in general.
All kids are monsters.
I'm still stunned by it because it's a Disney title. Like you'd think those would be printed into the ground, like like just tons of copies.
But on GameCube though.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess that's what it was. It was like this is next gen. This is modern gaming. We don't need kiddie sports titles.
Was it only on? This is only on GameCube.
Yeah, I think they might have had handheld versions, but that's not the same.
This, I mean, this is
Okay,
just
that's probably
speculation.
it.
Maybe you guys know, but I would imagine as this is Sword that the other titles also came up. Disney Sports Football, Disney Sports Skateboarding, Disney
So
Sports.
football is over 200 now.
Oh, so it's,
Or like a month ago, I think it would have been on this list.
so it's
but
nearly top 10.
It's nearly top 10. But when we
Yeah.
did the episode back then, it was under 100. It was $85. I don't know about any of the other ones. I know that one is the one that's gone up the most.
Honestly, okay, now I want to speculate even more, knowing nothing, basically. Disney Sports Football. American football is not popular everywhere. Was that only printed in America? Did that come to the PALS area? Did that come to Japan?
The homies?
I do wonder, because I would think in my head that Disney Sports Football should be the rarest title of the four because of the fact that it's American football, and basketball has appeal beyond just America, in Europe and in Asia for sure.
Wait a second.
Your reasoning is very sound.
You know
And
what
if
I'm
I'm
saying?
not mistaken,
Wait a second.
I've listened a lot to the what the heck, the Bird Dog Gaming and Craig's Game Room. They do
Collective perspective.
Collective Perspective. Thank you. I've listened to a lot of those episodes, and sometimes when I don't have anything else to listen to, I'll listen back to old episodes.
Yeah.
And they have, I think they both have said at different times that they had more trouble finding football than they did. Like, it was easily the most obscure of them.
Americans,
I believe that's what
it
I've
makes
heard.
a lot of sense to me. Americans like to think that that football, as we play it here in America, is the most popular and amazing thing ever in the whole world, and the rest of the world tends to disagree.
I have the answer.
Oh, we got an answer.
Sorry. Were you,
No, go ahead.
second
Go
part
ahead.
To that point, this did come out in PAL territory, so Europe,
Oh, it did.
but it is not our football.
It's called
It
Disney
is
It's
Sports
football.
Soccer,
It is
yeah.
football. Interesting.
So yeah, you are technically
I would
right.
bet-
There isn't an American football Disney game.
I
in
wonder what the
Europe.
value of football is in the
Looks
PAL
like
version.
$20.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So that makes it. So they got basketball probably over there. Then there's probably a PAL's version of basketball that's a lot more reasonable. I would think.
What's interesting, I think you're on the right track here.
Yeah.
Because Disney Sports Soccer, we have Disney Sports Soccer in the U.S., obviously. It's not that expensive. It's $50. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm getting at here is, and what the conclusion I've come to is, there is a very real chance, not that this is me just spitballing, that Disney Sports Football not only could be on this list at some point, but could be the most rare game of the Disney Sports titles.
Is that the one you have?
Yes. So also it's convenient for me. But the version I have is in terrible shape. On it. The box is trashed. Basically, the disc is scratched. Like it's. I think there's even like some Sharpie stuff on it. Like it's in terrible shape.
Well, the case is bad, but how's the box art? itself?
It's intact. The box
Because
art's
you can replace the case. Right?
Yeah, it's probably
And
true.
you could resurface the disc.
All right. Ooh, all right.
James out here blowing James's mind.
Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Can you also get Resident Evil 2 thrown on the disc for me?
No.
I'll see what I can do.
There's a handful of them on eBay. Like,
There is.
yeah, like enough where I wouldn't be like, wow, this is rare, but I don't know. It's like 5 or 6.
Knowing nothing about the print runs, I mean, I guess based on value, we were to assume that the basketball is just the one that was printed less, probably, and that's why it is where it's at.
On eBay right now, there is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's more copies of basketball than there is of football. 8, 9.
Guys,
But
I feel
almost every one of these does not have a manual.
the basketball one.
The basketball.
So the
one.
manual might be the bottleneck then, is what we're saying potentially.
Apparently, the kids who play Disney Sports basketball
They
threw
ate-
their manuals away.
They ate it.
But the kids who played Disney Sports football kept their manuals.
Because they had no food because they bought Disney Sports.
That's all their parents could afford. They couldn't take them to McDonald's that day, so they they dipped it in water like
How many-
like a hot dog contest eater.
Gross.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
hate this game.
This listing for Disney Sports football on eBay literally says that it's complete in box, and there is no manual in this photo.
That is unfortunate. How many?
Do you know what CIB means?
Yeah. Oh, then in the comments,
what's this feedback look
in
like?
the description, they literally say includes everything, including original box, art, instruction manual, etc.
What does this
but
feedback look like? 2
There's
stars.
nothing pictured.
Oh man, I'm gonna stick with my. I think I'm onto something.
Yeah.
I strongly suspect football is gonna be higher up on this list next time we revisit the GameCube list.
This guy's name is Vintage James.
Oh no, it's me.
Because you're like, yeah, you're dark,
Modern
evil.
vintage Jameser.
Or maybe he's the good guy. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, so you said Disney Sports Football is averaging on roughly 200. You said.
Yeah,
But it was on this list. You said.
About a month ago, probably was on this list. It was over 200, so it's.
Now's the time to buy.
Bye. Bye. Go get it, everyone. I don't want to see any copies on eBay next time I look. Not a single listing. You heard it here first.
He's just trying to pop the value of his own game.
Yeah, trying to inflate my crappy version of that game. It's so bad.
That'll be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
For how much
Well,
we're gonna drive the price up.
If the average CIB version is worth 200 for Disney Sports Football, my version is probably worth like 70. So we got to really inflate this price. We got to get it way up there.
I'm not gonna buy this, but I messaged this guy just because I'm curious. Because it's 160, so that's a decent amount cheaper than what it is. And I'm just curious if it has the manual actually. So I messaged him and asked. I'm not probably gonna report back, so I'll probably forget by the time I record another episode. But I'll be curious because I think that's probably why it hasn't sold yet. It's easily the cheapest on eBay right now. But there's no manual pictured, even though it says complete in box. So, anyway.
All right. I'll report back. Update us. See if you get that.
I probably won't remember.
Bye.
Well, James, what's number one? What is still the most expensive GameCube quote unquote game?
Drum roll. Pokemon box.
That's so ugly.
Pokemon box. Yeah. It was originally in 2022, $1,579 roughly. Man, this game has no ceiling. It has no ceiling. It is now at $2,450 per price charting. So that's CIB.
That is not including the big box. That
No.
has its own separate listing on eBay.
No, and so
On price.
we keep bringing up Bird Dog Gaming.
The homie.
The homie. You know, he's definitely a friend of the pod, and we appreciate that. Listen, man. I had a conversation with him briefly yesterday because I wanted to feel a little more informed as we talked about this title for the 13th time or something. I was wondering, because like we've talked about this before, the copy of Pokemon Box that I have, in my mind, I've considered it CIB to some degree, but known like in my heart of hearts, it's not complete, right? Like it's missing the big box. I don't have the memory card anymore. I've dug all around my parents' house in every nook and cranny that I could think of. Memory card's gone. The GameCube Advance.
You looked at every GameCube case. That would be funny if it just ended up being in another GameCube.
I guess
case.
I haven't. I mean, maybe I've done that. It's possible. I should do that though.
You should.
You may be onto something. That honestly is very believable answer to the problem of where did it go.
Hold up, I was looking up numbers and stuff. Did you say you lost your Pokemon box?
No. Oh heck no. It was briefly lost at my grandparents' beach house.
He doesn't
That's
have
right.
he doesn't
I
have
know.
a
I know
memory
about
card.
that.
Yeah,
Memory card.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So I threw
like,
big
what?
box, almost certainly thrown away.
Yeah.
Had to be. Memory card. Yeah. Missing in action. Who knows where it's at? Could be honestly findable. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. I do not have, as far as I know, the Game Boy Advance to GameCube cable that was included.
You could just buy one and put it in there.
I was
I'm
talking
pretty
to,
sure they're
to
universal.
Christian, and I was like, do we know if that's just the same one? Is there any like different coding or writing on it? He doesn't seem to think that it's any different. From all the information I could find online, it's an identical, the same exact one that was available to everyone at the day.
Yeah.
So you can replace that with any old game, Nintendo made Game Boy Advanced to GameCube cable. But yeah, I think to me, we in terms of video game collecting, we do live in a bit of a black and white world, right? In some part because of price charting, right? We want every game to be loose, complete in box, or new. And for this game, it's complicated, right? Because like the copy I have, and apparently the copy Christian has too, is not complete, right? Because I'm missing.
Yeah. So here's
the big box.
I think that when it comes down to it, the way to look at it, and I think Christian kind of talked about this too in his response to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it all comes down to how a game is released. And this game only had one release, and that was with the big box. So to truly be considered 100% complete, I think it would need the big box.
Yes.
That being said, I believe for any collector who's going for a complete in box collection, I believe your copy. I think you missing the memory card are struggling to say it's complete in box, but otherwise, like in Animal Crossing, I believe you. To me, and other collectors could chime in here, but I feel like for something to be truly complete, you would need everything that it came with.
Yes.
And I would be also comfortable with saying I had Pokemon box complete in box, even without the big box.
Yeah.
But I would need the memory card to be able to say
Chris,
that it's truly complete in box.
Very well said. That said, the conclusion I reached, I don't know, I think Christian agreed with me, but the conclusion I've reached is that there is a bit of a gap between Pokemon box, complete in box, truly complete in box, and the perception of what Pokemon box is complete in box. Because when you look online, I found a listing here just recently. Pokemon box, Ruby and Sapphire, GameCube, USA CIB with manual, tested and working. It just has the manual and the game, similar to what I have. It sold for almost $2,500. So I think the perception of CIB that we're seeing on price charting, where it's like $2,500, that's what that's at right now.
I will agree, but people make their own perceptions according to how they want to finish their collection. No different. And this isn't meant to be an insult, but no different than what Christian said. For him, his copy is complete enough.
Yeah.
Yours, I agree with that. I just don't believe. I think with this game specifically, it only had one release, and like, I think you can make the exception without the big box, but I think the memory card is required to truly say it's complete in box. I don't know that anybody would buy a copy of Animal Crossing without the Animal Crossing memory card and say that it was truly complete in box, because it was supposed to have it. Mm-hmm. You can say, I'm not saying you can't say that you have a complete in box copy because it has the manual and whatever else. That I'm not arguing that. I don't care. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I just think when it comes down to brass tacks, like it really has to have everything like in that sense of complete.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't care. Like it doesn't matter to me what you say.
What is there anything special about this memory card?
It's exclusive to it.
It's Ruby. It's a double-sided Ruby and Sapphire memory card. Okay. It's Ruby on one side and Sapphire on the other side. It actually is a special memory
Unlike
card.
The cable. Yeah.
I was just wondering if it's just like
it's actually
a simple matter
and it's transparent too. It's not solid colored. It's like it looks like those Game Boy colored like effects, like where you can see through.
I think because on that point, I think that changes things too. If for whatever reason a game came with a memory card, but it was just a blank memory card, it doesn't. Then it's a dime a dozen. You could pop.
Right.
I don't think it matters so much to a complete in box, but when it is unique to that game, like the Animal Crossing one has the KK slider sticker on it. The Pokemon box one is actually unique to it. I think.
That honestly, I'm not even that heartbroken about the big box. I'm not about the cable. But the memory card, I remember it, and it actually legitimately looks really cool. And there's a slot in the game case for it. Yeah. So me not having it is a bummer. One, I do still have the Animal Crossing.
I bought you one.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Thanks, Chris.
You don't still have it. Yeah.
Well,
you still have it now.
Fun fact: you bought me this.
But I still have a good friend who remembers that I need that.
Yeah, no, but I wanted your copy to be complete.
And I will say, from my perspective, I am very content with the version of Pokemon box
Absolutely.
I have right now. It's in relatively good shape. The disc is in good shape. It even has the stickers that were meant to be taken off and put on the memory card that it came with. I feel like I'm never going to find the memory card again. However, I can get that, just not big box price. But anyways, I think the initial thought I wanted to say is what the conclusion I have come to, and I think I'm right on, is that the perception of Pokemon box complete in box is just what it would be for any other game, like for your average everyday buyer, right? And I think that reflects on price charting. I could sell mine for that $2,500.
I believe that is true. Yeah.
Man, if you have the big box and the other things, it's like even not new. It's like 7,000 right now, 8,000, even more sometimes. Like we're talking car prices. Like you can almost get a car with this game complete in box. Like I just wonder about the future of this game, and is it one day going to be like a museum level rare game? Like is it going to be like that? I don't know.
I don't know too much about this Pokemon box. This memory card, are there a lot of fakes on eBay? Because I'm seeing a lot that are claiming their official GameCube Pokemon box.
There's a lot of fake memory cards.
$50.
So I'm sure that they're fake.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
no
lot
way
of
because
listings.
if I could get that memory card back for $50, I would click buy it now right now. I'm sure it's more like $500 or
I'd be nervous to try to figure that
$250.
out. I don't know how you'd verify that.
Yeah,
but
right. Yeah, there are a lot of listings for
Really?
Yeah,
not that
Interesting.
much. But why would this be common? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
This
to be
would
that
this would
many
be
of it.
very expensive.
I threw away my copy of Pokemon box, but I still have the memory card. You can have it for $50.
No one wants it. Okay.
Yeah, I assume they have to be fake, and people just lie.
But they said it's official. Like those one guys who said, "Oh, complete in box." It's like it's clearly not. Just for fun. I was just curious, like, because this price, what did we say? $2,450.
Yeah.
Where
And
do you-
more.
And more. Where do you think that price ranks in the top expensive Nintendo games, just of all time? Where do you think that ranks?
I doubt.
What number?
Are the list
I
that
doubt
you're
that's even the top 10.
one-
yeah.
I
bet
don't know
it's-
when
I-
you consider Nintendo World Championships
complete
and
in box. I
Complete in
guess,
box.
'cause
Oh,
I
like
think-
Are you talking
actually,
about big box
you're
and
talking
everything?
actually complete by the
yeah, I guess maybe it's
the
top
true
10.
standard.
I don't know because Nintendo
It is
World
in the top 10.
Championship. Oh, not new, so that would knock out like the expensive Mario's and stuff. Yeah, so yeah,
not like new.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
I'm just hoping for my sake that it's top 10 still on your list.
it is in top 10. You guys want to pick a number? See who's
7.
Closer. 7. Okay.
I'm going to say 5.
All right. Well, from what I quickly just looked up, just Nintendo and then prices sort by highest, lowest.
Yeah.
From what I can find from just the top listings, and Pokemon box looks like number 4.
It's almost top 3.
So it makes
and
you
that's
wonder.
by complete in box. You have it sorted by complete in box.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah.
the expensive Pokemon box. Wow. Oh yeah, because So I had to click on each of these other ones to make to see because there was
So
some.
That's crazy.
So my version, hypothetically, my perception, my kind of complete in box would be top 5 on that list. You're saying the $2,500 mark is
Yeah. Top 4. It just barely beats Earthbound complete in box for 2,497.
Yeah,
Big.
another big
I'd
box.
love to
big
say
boy.
one day I'd own that, but that's not going to happen.
That's crazy.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah,
Pawn
thanks,
shop.
buddy.
That's
See if our homies at Pawn One hook us up.
Yeah.
You'd have to get that.
I was like,
You'd have to get that at a garage sale.
Does
to
this
go sell.
have multiplayer in it?
No, you get it for $1.
Thanks, man.
We gotta do Super Nintendo, man. We gotta do Super Nintendo
Mm-hmm.
sooner or later.
I was surprised you guys haven't done. What system was it? Have you guys talked Game Boy Advance yet?
There's a lot of consoles we haven't done. I'd love to do.
We're
I'd love
doing
to do all of
GameCube
them.
again.
Yeah,
We just took a
I
page
know.
out of Sony, man. Last of Us, bring it back, baby.
When's the Wii U episode?
round 2, baby.
But this has been fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's actually surprising amount of interesting takeaways about what this list looks like now, what it did before, and just like one of my takeaways, just looking at the list like right now, is that there seems to be 3 tiers in the top 10. Like there's tier 1 is Pokemon box. It's like its own tier. There's like the stalwarts, like these guys are going nowhere, like royalty of the GameCube value games, which would be like Gotcha Force to Disney Sports Basketball. Although Disney Sports Basketball might be entering a different tier of its own as well, maybe the top tier. And then like the other guys, like the guys that like the bottom 5 seems to be like variable, probably from week to week. I'm guessing, like because that's where almost all the change came, was in the bottom 5, right?
Yeah,
So, and like you said, like a week ago, Disney Sports Football might have been on here. There's probably other games that would have been on here too. Like those games in like the 200 to 250 type range, they're fluctuating, on eBay with sales and everything.
I'm gonna make a correction and call myself out. I'm a total idiot. I don't think saying it's number 4 is accurate because when I did the Nintendo filter thing, I think it was only giving me first party Nintendo stuff and some, because I'm like, wait, wasn't there like the Monkey Ball and Sonic Heroes dual pack
yeah.
on GameCube?
Yeah.
Why didn't that show up? And sure enough, I looked that up. That complete is like 3,800.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well that would have been more than so yeah. So forget my
So
my all-time ranking. I need to find a better way to figure that out. But I was just looking at
Nice.
price charting real quick.
But if it was exclusively Nintendo games, they would be on that list apparently.
something.
Sounds like.
I'm playing.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. I'm done with this episode. I'm now playing Resident Evil 1 remake on Game Boy Color.
I lost
Alright.
Chris. I have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, cool.
Honestly, you could probably beat the Resident Evil 2 demo
While
right
we're
now.
sitting here.
in like 2 minutes.
I want to play this, but we will finish this out.
yeah.
So, okay, before we truly conclude, one thing I wanted to do real quick is at the end of that episode we did, we had our speculative picks, like things we
Yes,
thought
I
could
wrote that down
possibly
too.
have some value. So you wrote it down when you re-listened, Jaden?
Yeah.
Do you remember what your picks were, James?
I remember I remember one that I said. I didn't write them down, but I remember one of the ones I said.
What was the one you said? Or how do you want to do it?
Why don't you give me James's since he doesn't remember?
I remember one of the ones I said was Kobe Bryant
Kobe Bryant.
NBA Courtside featuring Kobe Bryant.
Courtside,
Like
2002. Yeah.
Did that go up?
$10 back then.
Uh-huh.
It is right now $10.
Wrong.
It's made no movement.
All right, I'm fired.
Okay. But the
I'm
weird
fired.
thing about that game you pointed out is that for a time, that game new was like $300. Mm-hmm. So quite a jump from $10 complete in box. Right?
Yes.
It's like, what is with it being new that people want? Currently, I looked it up. So back then it was $300. Now new is like $75.
Wow.
So much more attainable. If
Interesting.
you wanted that sealed for some reason.
Yeah.
Good to
But
know.
now you
Bye,
know.
bye.
It's going down.
So you don't remember what your other two picks are?
I don't remember. No,
Do you have those written down?
I've got them written down. I forget.
But I definitely-
I know this one.
I was
This
wrong on
is-
Kobe Bryant.
Another one of yours was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
Well, that one was mine.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, because I had the collector's edition
oops.
down.
Oh, yeah. Well, that back then went for $50. You want to guess how much that is now?
I'm gonna guess 75.
It's still $50.
Completely lateral.
So you guys had a long time to buy it, and it's not going anywhere, it seems.
Very
Currently.
nice.
Hi, Aiden.
It's a great game.
If you want to,
Sorry,
I don't know who's
yeah.
who now. You can go ahead.
All right, so James also had Legend of Zelda: The Master Quest,
That's right.
yes.
I would bet that's gone up.
and that was $90 in 2022,
That's definitely higher
and
than
is
that now.
currently at $75.
Oh no! All right.
And then
I thought it went up.
for the Master Quest, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we
Double
go.
check.
Was it 90?
We're gonna
double
get
check-
2022?
fact
Yeah,
check.
double
us.
check that while I'll go over his next one.
Yeah, it
So,
looks like CIB. It was like 60, 70 CIB.
Back then?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I looked at the wrong thing then.
Oh,
maybe
so
maybe I flipped my
and
numbers.
now it's what? Chris said.
I thought it was
So
75.
it went
now.
from 60 to 75.
So it's gone
Okay.
up. It's gone
So
up.
I just
mine
wrote
also.
down the number wrong.
Okay,
so
so-
it's gone up a little bit.
Ding 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 ding.
And
if
your
you
next-
if you listen to James, you would have saved $15 whole dollars.
You'd be that money you could save for your Pokemon box. No big
Yeah.
deal.
and then your last pick, James, was Soul Calibur 2. You want to guess if that went up, stayed the same, or went down?
I'm gonna guess that is gone down. It's gone down.
You would be correct. It was 40
wrong.
in 2022, and it's 30. You were correct.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I said you were correct. It's gone down.
yeah. But I'm saying, the fact that I thought it was gonna go
Oh,
up,
yeah.
I was wrong.
So you won now.
Oh,
You lost
yes.
then.
So, yeah.
Either
it was,
way, you're right.
I'm winning and losing.
It was about 40 back then. It's about 30 now. That might be an NSO effect because it is on NS's. Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, that's true.
That was 40 back then? Wow.
Apparently. My three were Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, the collector's edition specifically, like Jaden already talked about.
yes.
So that one stayed neutral, was 50, still is 50. My other two picks were Phantasy Star Online Episode 3, and that one was one I was slightly correct on. It was 35 back then. It's over 50 now.
Ding ding
So
ding ding ding.
it has gone up a bit.
Nice.
And the last one was Zatch Bell Mamoto Battles. I said that one might go up because the other game was already expensive.
Isn't that one of the more expensive games?
No, the Zatch Bell Mamoto Fury is expensive.
Oh.
Mamoto Battles is a lot cheaper. It was 40 back then and it's gone down. It is going for 30 now. Come on.
Sorry, Chris.
It's all right. I just thought that was kind of fun to look back at.
Yeah.
So that's why I wrote it down. I didn't. Sorry, my dog.
They
needs
just
to go
haven't
out,
gone
so-
up yet.
Yeah.
Because,
we're-
like, Rampage Total Destruction, $20 for the longest time.
Look at it now.
And then just this, what was it? You say last year? This year?
And just in the last year or two,
Exploded.
Like, it definitely exploded.
So you never know. There's one thing you learned from this episode. Just buy.
Bye.
Everything.
Don't think about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, just an interesting look back at
was
the
a joke.
changes in price. Don't listen to Jaden.
Oh, I've said it enough times where like I need to clarify.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But yeah, interesting look back. So like James said, like some things have gone down, some things have gone up. Then you have the thing like Pokemon Box and Disney Sports Basketball have gone up dramatically. So
the only thing I know for sure is if you think Pokemon prices are going to go down or level off, cool off at some point, they're not. They're only going to go up. Apparently,
at this point, it does seem like the idea of things dropping in price, Pokemon related, are dead.
Yeah, like that's a yeah. Now, sadly, is the time to buy because in 5 years from now, whatever game you're shooting for could be $500 more valuable.
No.
It's
Yeah.
so
Do
painful.
you want to pay $4,000 for Pokemon Box?
yeah, exactly.
You fools!
Listen, guys,
Listen to James.
go to your bank, take out a loan, get Pokemon Box. Buy. I don't want to see any Pokemon Box listings on eBay next time I look at eBay.
And he sure as heck doesn't want to see Disney Sports Football.
No, absolutely not.
That is the rarest game
That-
that has ever existed.
That is my shot in the dark. That's the one that I think is going to inflate, maybe dramatically.
It's already inflated a lot.
It's going to inflate more.
Yeah.
There's more room in that balloon, and it hasn't popped yet. Keep going.
Yeah, so that was fun. It's fun to look back at how things have changed. In a lot of ways, the video game market has cooled off a lot over the last few years. But I log all my games on an app called the CLZ Apps Collectors, something or another app. And you can update the prices from time to time, or you can update it whenever you want. But every once in a while, I update it. And I'm surprised that every time I update it, the value of my collection continues to go up. And sometimes significantly. And for a while, it was going down. And it's just fun to watch numbers. But, but it's over the last like 6 months, it's gone up every time I've updated it. And that's over the course of, like, I update it sometimes like once a month. Sometimes I go longer. But it's so, I don't know. It does seem like games are back on a steady or slow incline again. I don't know what that means, but it's just interesting to watch the video game market because it is very volatile, like up and down.
Yeah. And I don't know. We talked about it a bit. I just wonder. I mean, this is not an Xbox episode, but like it's very cheap right now to pick up original Xbox games in the current market. Like, and I wonder if that's going to change at some point when, hypothetically Xbox stops making hardware.
My YouTube
Well,
episode again.
I've been shouting that for years. I want to say
I couldn't believe that in 24 hours we were able to get what we got. Like it blew my mind, and like it was
that was okay, that is crazy.
in the best way possible. Like I'm still overjoyed that I have that accessible now, just in my room, that I can just bust all that stuff out. But yeah, I'm honestly, Chris, I'm looking forward to that video very much.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I just have to actually do it. So do you think our next episode should be our next collector's edition episode should be Super Nintendo? Should it be Game Boy Advance?
Ooh.
We could pick now, or it could be something completely different. But I want to do PS1 at some point too. But I think I'm more interested in right now doing something handheld related, or Super Nintendo even.
Okay.
Game Boy Color.
Okay. Me personally, I kind of want to do Game Boy Advanced.
I'm kind of feeling that too.
All right, Game Boy
I just think it'd be
Advance.
more, I don't know, more interesting.
If I had to pick,
Although Super Nintendo, I really want to do also at some point.
Absolutely, we will. As of now, that might be what I need to start doing more, just to fill the gaps, because they're easy episodes for me to do, and I enjoy them. Until I get into a better routine of coming up with ideas for other episodes, is just do more collector's edition stuff. But as of right now, my favorite consoles to collect for are probably the Vita, the PSP, and the Game Boy Advance. Like, I just love my handhelds.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance would be a fun one. And I don't know, it'd be hard for me not to see if Christian wanted to join us for that too, because that guy knows his Game Boy Advance stuff.
Yeah, it'd be good to have somebody actually knowledgeable on this podcast for sure. It's
Instead
not just
of
like
Jaden.
just not like wildly speculating like I am. Yeah, he's.
We have a lot of knowledge here, James. I don't know about you.
I'm just kidding. We're much smarter than we sometimes appear,
Some of us.
and informed.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do Game Boy Advance next. Or no, we will do Game Boy Advance next. Just a matter of when that episode comes. Sometime in the next month, probably. We'll just keep this rolling for now. All right. Any final thoughts as we conclude here?
Bring back our Sonics, baby. 2028. It's going down.
Meet me in the mall. It's going down. Any other thoughts, Jaden?
Nope. Brain empty.
Me
head
too.
empty.
Time for sleepies.
Wallet empty.
Wallet empty.
Everything.
I bought all those things James told me to buy.
As we were, you're literally clicking buy it now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Pokemon box coming up. Okay.
He's now the proud owner of Pokemon Box, Disney Sports Football, Fantasy Star Online 1 and 2 Plus.
Yeah.
I got to get that myself. I really got to get that because I think that's going to be more achievable
Just
than
buy it online.
Pokemon
James.
Red right
Just
now.
go grab it before it's too late.
I see,
Buy it
Chris.
online.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to manipulate my point total. It's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Yep. No, thanks for coming, guys. Have fun in Mexico.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you guys for coming on here. It was fun as always. Thank you for the gifts, Jaden. I'm really looking forward to playing them. I started playing the RE1 demake here a minute ago, but then I stopped to finish recording like a responsible adult. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, listen to the podcast. If you got this far, please listen.
Listen more.
Yeah, but I appreciate everybody, and remember to always press X to continue.